I had I had a pager back in the day.
I remember that.
And my parents would be the one to pay for that. And then when I got my cell phone, they were like, no. They were like, this shit's expensive. Yeah. They were like, you can either keep your pager or you can have a cell phone, but you have to pay for it.
Right.
So,
I just finished paying all the damn payments on all my iPhones now. And I'm like, man, this is nice. Now AT&T's like, hey, Gator, new iPhone 13, buddy. Come on.
Yeah,
we'll break it up into interest-free payments for you. Come on, come get it. Come get it. You know you want it.
Yeah, just about the time you pay it off, it's magic, you know. Just about the time you pay it off, it's 2 years, almost to the day. And then they say, hey, guess what? You get the iPhone 15, buddy.
I have an iPhone 10X, the large iPhone 10. I just paid that bitch off. And it's like, man, this is nice.
Phones are expensive now. They're averaging like $1,500.
Well, I have one with, I bought the one with a max storage because I have a lot of media in mine.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. It's got
like 100. It's got like 128. Oh shit! That did sound bad, didn't it?
It sounded real bad.
It's got like 100. I don't know, 132 gigs in it or something. I don't know, but anyway,
that's cute.
Yeah, I haven't even used half of it. So next time I won't make that mistake.
That's quaint, yeah.
I've never felt a need to have like ridiculous storage on. I think mine might be a 128 gig, but like I use Spotify. I don't download much to my phone. Like,
yeah,
I'm never going to use all that space.
See, I download iTunes.
Mostly pictures for me.
Yeah, pictures are definitely hogs. They're definitely hogs, and I've got a ton of those. And you know, they get bigger and bigger as I move stuff from the cloud into my new phones. But the main thing is YouTube videos. I like to download them because I get in some areas in Florida here when I'm working outside. And I listen to the videos. I don't watch them. I have the premium where you can turn it off and just listen to like a podcast. And
that's $15 a month for like, yep, you can actually just listen to the video.
No, I get it. No, actually, I get it free because I have I got YouTube TV. I pay like, I don't know, $80 a plus.
That doesn't make me feel any better about anything you're saying.
They're going to get you either way.
Dude, I'm hustling. Speaking of cell phones, I'm hustling Verizon because if you have unlimited with 5G, you get like Disney Plus, Hulu with ads, and ESPN Plus. But there's a way you can configure it, and it was an absolute pain in the ass. But I pay $6 a month, and now I also get the Hulu without ads. For only $6 a month.
Shit, I know it's going to be a good night tonight because we haven't even started the podcast yet.
Oh,
we're already 15 minutes in.
It's the first night of my first week-long vacation in 3 years.
Nice.
So yeah, no, I took like a 2-hour nap.
Nice, you're energized. I had a cup of coffee and a cup of tea. I'm pumped.
I should get more coffee, but
Guardian down.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Thanks for hanging out with us today. Welcome to episode 119 of Guardian Downcast. We're a couple of dads that love all things in the Destiny universe, and we talk about it. We also interview content creators and community members to find out more about them. We're the show that asks you, hey, how you doing? I'm your host, The Gator, and my co-host, Hazel, is here as well. Hey, man, what's your week consisted of?
I don't know why, but my week has consisted a lot of Dune. So,
okay.
Yeah, and it's not just because of this episode either, but I basically started going back to the book. I started.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. I have issues, but we'll get to those.
Okay. Fair enough.
But I rewatched the movie again.
I did too. I watched it I watched it at the theater, in the booming theater, and the Dolby, and then I watched it again on HBO Max. Just spoiler alert, it's not the same.
Yeah, apparently it's a religious experience, according to Elmer Fudd in Ascendant Nomad.
It is
if you see it at IMAX.
It is a religious experience. I agree.
So so I've been diving kind of back into Dune and doing that kind of thing for now. It's complicated, my relationship with it, I think.
Okay.
So, but besides that, not much else.
Addie,
shit's just crazy.
Everybody doing good?
Yeah. I mean,
my parents have been
passing around viruses to themselves. So I'm just like, well, I'll see you guys when you guys, are better and that kind of thing. So,
yeah.
But, besides that, we started something in the Discord, I think yesterday.
It
blew the fuck up.
I did. We're going to talk about it. Holy
hell,
Spoiler alert. There's a lot of it. We got a lot of activities coming out next week. So,
boy. So, what about you, man?
I got to tell you, man, the fall weather. I'm sorry, Northeast. I'm sorry you guys are freezing your ass off right now, but it is freaking... It is beautiful in Florida right now. I mean, it's it's 65 and clear skies, Elmer Fudd, and it's been 82 all last week. Nice dry humidity, and it was going to be 70s all this week. I can't wait. Only downside is my wife wants me to go hiking in the damn national park down the street from us here Sunday, and I'm like, okay. But it's been, man, this is why I live in Florida. These beautiful months we live down here, and then we tolerate the hell on earth that's the rest of the year. But it's been decent. It's been a good week, good even week. But tonight we have a returning guest, and he wanted to talk about some new movie with us tonight. I don't know what it's about, but we'll get into that. And as well as some Destiny. It's our guest Nullzy. Hey man, how you been? How you been, Nullzy?
I've been good. I've been falling back in love with gaming in the last couple of months, which has been nice.
And you were just on Two Titans and a Hunter guest hosting. How was that?
A surprise to me most of those times.
Okay, all right, fair enough. Well,
we're recording at 10. It was like 9:15, and I was just waking up, didn't have coffee yet. I'm like, I guess, just give me a minute.
They're a little stricter over there, huh? Okay, I'll have to keep that in mind.
Strict is a word for it.
I'll have to get with Night Demon on that. Well, hey, just to preview what we're going to cover tonight. First, we want to hear, we're going to catch up with Nullzy, see what's been going on. We'll probably get into some entertainment and what we've been watching, that kind of stuff. Hazel's going to go over the TWAB for this 10th week. We're in double digits now. 10th week of Season of the Lost, and we're going to share, our experiences in gaming this past week in Destiny. And next, we're going to answer questions from our community and add 2 songs each to our award-winning Guardian Downcast show playlist on Spotify and iTunes. And spoiler alert, I hate to use that word all the time, no prog rock tonight. What do you... There went Hazel. What do you say, guys?
Help us.
Let's do this. Hey, thanks for listening to Guardian Downcast. You can find us on Twitter at Guardian_D_cast.
Or, you can find us on Instagram at Guardian_Down_cast and see what pics our weekly guests want to share with you.
Or Hazel, just visit our website at GuardianDowncast.com for all the contact information and where else you want to find us. And you can also play any past episodes you like in any order you like, right from your browser.
Don't you or me, man. Anyway, so hey, Guardians, check us out, and later, Guardians.
Toddles.
Hey, that's my line, man. All right, Nullzy, thank you so much for coming back on, man.
Yeah, man, thank you.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I still remember, and I still talked to my wife about it, and the first time you were on, I don't know if you remember this or not, but we did our it was one of our early ones, so it was long as hell.
Yeah.
And then you and I stayed on for an extra hour and a half talking about Dune.
I actually do remember that.
Really? I don't
remember about being about Dune, but I do remember. Yeah, I think we were going until and we've recorded late too. I think we're going to 3 a.m. or something. At that
I think
point.
So. And then we stayed on for an extra hour and a half. I think.
I do remember that, and we recorded none of it.
Exactly.
No, because I was like, I'm out, guys.
Oh yeah. Well, it was one of those things where I was like, well, I got a question about Dune, and then it just evolved into an hour and a half conversation about it and everything else. So
wow.
So yes, yeah. I mean, hey, if it leads that way tonight, that's fine too.
Yeah. I mean, it absolutely could, just because Dune also has ties into my gaming origins pretty significantly. Ooh. So it's all kind of coalesced here.
Yeah. Well, we'll get to that. So let's just start with this.
Excuse me. By the way, that was episode 58. Jack of all trades. Jack of all trades as Mr. Null was the title for that one. If you want to look at it, hear Nullzy's full interview. Yeah.
Oh, wow. All right. So before we get into all that kind of stuff, how are you doing? How's life? What you been up to?
Working 45 to 50 a week the last couple of weeks. Staffing has been interesting, so we've had to pick up some slack. So very happy to not be working for the next week. Despite not doing anything super fancy, it's going to be nice to just get some catch-up time and actually in Destiny I need to. Just kind of relax a bit and maybe go on an adventure or two.
Nice. How's like life been since for last year and things along those lines? I mean,
with all the pandemic stuff, yeah.
I work. The work I do often works around that. I mean, I spent I think 4 months at the beginning of the year working in an off-site testing site for a private site. So COVID's kind of been the evolution of my job. It's forced me to get my pharmacy technician's license, and I'm now have an RX in my title for work and X, Y, and Z.
Fancy.
Nullzy.
It's kind of. I'm not getting paid anything more. It's just been a lot of learning and a lot more new jobs to do.
Hey, Nullzy, remind everybody what you do, man.
I'm a manager for a pharmacy.
Okay.
Not even the big guy, but it's in downtown Boston, so it's
nice.
It can get interesting.
I bet it can. Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, maybe not awesome that you're not getting extra pay, but more responsibility and that kind of thing.
I'll take it. I like new challenges sometimes.
I love that town, man. I could stay there for weeks and weeks and just have great time there.
You should do it in February. I want to see how this works.
No. I'll do it in July. I'll do it in July. I was there in July.
Our summers are pretty brutal, man. I don't know. They can be bad. Not as humid, but
I've been through some of those rainstorms that come through there. But I mean, is that bomb cyclone? Is that affecting you guys right now? Freaking 100 mile an hour winds? What's up with that crap?
We had some of that. There's definitely parts. I'm actually a little bit further. I live in New Hampshire, but parts of Massachusetts power's still out. There's been some really localized stuff for it.
Wow.
But I've been at work, so I haven't been following the whole story. But nothing too crazy where I'm at. But I've heard some kind of cruddy news from friends a little bit further south. So
yeah,
I've been safe. Nothing like Florida storms.
I mean, hold on. Knock on wood, no direct hit hurricanes this year. And we're almost out.
Really?
We're almost out. We had a couple brushes, but no direct hits this year. I mean, poor Texas and Louisiana just got slammed this year. I feel bad for them. And even North Carolina, South Carolina got hit a lot this year, but we lucked out. Every now and then, we're a big penis in the ocean. So every now and then we luck out. Nothing gets near us. So
big is relative, I think, but yeah.
Actually, in two oceans.
Yes.
Well, kind of. A ocean and a sea.
Gulf of Mexico.
Not even a sea. Yeah. So, you know what? Close enough.
Gulf of Mexico.
No, it does. Do you guys get the Indian Ocean?
No. The Gulf of Mexico.
I need to go to sleep.
Compared to the Atlantic, the Gulf of Mexico will stretch from the coastline 10 miles out and be only 3 feet deep. It's crazy, man. I don't know if it's because the sand gets pumped up in there.
Absolute opposite here. You got maybe 15 feet and then it drops a solid 40 straight down.
The Atlantic coast is totally different. It gets deep really fast. I mean, you go 10 miles out and you're already at 100 feet deep. Easy. Probably more than that, but I go offshore fishing a lot, so I kind of measure how far, if you go 30 miles out, you're in 200 feet of water, and it can get really crazy after that. But how did I get on that topic? I'm just curious what you said you're getting back into gaming. What are you playing right now, man?
A lot of stuff. Actually, props to Xbox Game Pass. Not only are they hammering in games every week now, every week they have like 4 or 5 new releases.
Really?
Yeah.
But they're really tapping into like not only the first day releases, but a lot of like roguelites and roguelikes.
Wow.
A lot of like puzzle games, some awesome, like they did, speaking of both, they just did a Myst remaster that got released day one. I haven't been messing with that, but I've been playing, actually they just added Outriders for PC, so I've been diving into that a little bit. Because I was not going to pay money for it, but for free I'm enjoying it quite a bit. And it's a game called Into the Pit. I've been putting some time into. It's a lot of fun.
I've heard about that.
It's a roguelite that's like Quake 3 arena graphics, but hexen aesthetic. And like the whole thing is, as you're going deeper and deeper into this, hell cavern dungeon thing, you're modifying. So each one of your hands has different spells, and you can choose how those spells work. Like, there's spread patterns and stuff like that, and you keep adding on modifiers to them. It's really cool. It's a nice throwback. It handles just like the old Quake games. But yeah, stuff like that. It's the fact that Game Pass just keeps pumping out new games. There's some actual AAA titles that I'm excited for, even though they're not necessarily made as well as they should be. Back 4 Blood's been amazing. Highly recommend paying money for it. Like, they deserve it.
Just as good as Left 4 Dead, you think, or better?
It's if Left 4 Dead was built in the Far Cry Crytek engine, like the weight of everything feels very Far Cry-ish. It's not quite like a Frostbite super hefty weapon stuff, but there's some actual mechanical feeling to everything. They feel fairly true to the actual firearms, which is interesting. I don't have a ton of shooting experience, but from the ones I have, like recoil patterns all just feel very real, which with this style of game sells it that much more, whereas Left 4 Dead felt very stiff.
Yeah, I remember playing Left 4 Dead with my buddies, my old 50-something buddies. Played Battlefield.
Everything about Left 4 Dead is there, but the versus mode is not nearly as good. And the comedy is there, but the characters aren't nearly as memorable. And I think that has to do with Valve's design philosophies.
Okay.
You don't have another Ellis. You don't have another Coach. You don't have arguments involving chocolate, helicopters. There is some fun dialogue, but it's a little bit more rooted in like realistic modern movie tropes and like Walking Dead style sarcasm.
I'm gonna have to play that one.
As I said, Game Pass has been a huge part of that. Destiny really kind of finding a stride has been a huge part of that.
Okay.
Cyberpunk being playable after a year of release has been part of that.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, it's still not quite there.
Now what are you playing on? Are you playing on PC?
PC, I actually sold my PS4 a couple months to my roommate. So,
oh no.
I pulled my solid state terabyte hard drive through that in the PC, and now I have a gaming hard drive specifically. Nice. So
you have a lot more options on PC too.
It's not a bad downgrade.
I'm also hot garbage at shooters on a controller. We found anyone who tried to raid with me those 3 times, which I bought the PS4 for, in Destiny at 30 frames per second and whatever 80 FOV.
Yeah.
While I'm already bad on a controller to begin with, I was mostly staring at the floor.
Funny you should say that. I was playing with Zaniac and Warcry and Trials last weekend, and I didn't even realize it, but Zan has been playing on an 80 FOV, 30 frames per second, and me and Warcry are like 120 frames, 105 FOV. I'm like, he kept getting picked last week, and he was getting irritated, and I didn't even know he was playing on a PS4. I assumed he was on a PS5, so yeah, he's feeling that too, man. I get that totally, so...
If you ever get a feeling in the near future that he's upset about something, you're probably right.
Yeah, he's a pretty level-headed guy.
You did him dirty.
Yeah, he's a pretty level-headed guy. So, yeah. Anyway,
it's matchmaking. That's something we might be able to touch on.
Yeah, I think we're going to talk about that later. But
so we'll go with this. What are you thinking? Because you're sort of like a resident lore scribe person.
That's far from accurate. I am like the equivalent to the guy who has Facebook arguments based on Wikipedia articles. I tend to deep dive when I notice like weird little writing tropes. It really comes from my love of like literature and kind of how writing tends to work. The trends in Bungie style and we've been right about some stuff. There's been some conversations we've got into that 6 months later turned out to be something.
Right.
But yeah, I cherry pick Ishtar Collective, if anyone doesn't know, as your best friend.
Good site.
You can search and query and deep dive based on when does Savathun and Osiris appear in the same thing, maybe in Forsaken, even though they wouldn't, but that's just like Are there puzzle pieces they set out beforehand?
Right.
And a lot of times they do. But I'm definitely not a lore expert. I just love it as much as I can consume it. I really hope they put out some books soon. I think that'd be a fantastic medium.
Oh, I already pre-ordered. Didn't you pre-order your 4th edition, I think?
No, I think he's talking about like actual like books,
like novels.
Novels. I'm sorry.
Like,
I thought you meant lore. Oh, I thought you meant lore books from Destiny.
Yeah, there were some really good like StarCraft ones at one point.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of the Warhammer ones are pretty notorious. Yeah, I love that expanded universe, into just give me the lore, like just give me new stories. And, I don't necessarily need to be physically playing the game to be into that. And I think Destiny is a great medium for that.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So hoping that turns out to be a thing. But yeah, no, I am not a bife by any stretch. I am not even a minor scribe.
Well, the reason why I said that, though, so I was going to ask basically, like, how are you liking this season and last season and that kind of thing? Regarding like, story and lore.
The narrative, I think, is absolutely fantastic. And they leave so many different pathways as to how things can go. And the fact they do, like, the weekly serialized release, very, like, radio show, old school style stuff or comic book style releases, or just a little bit of the story every week. It allows for that speculation that you get with like when Game of Thrones was at its peak and people would be, like Monday, everyone would be back at work and the first thing you're talking about is Game of Thrones and what you think is going to happen. And I think Destiny's doing a great job of leaving those breadcrumbs out to create those conversations. I also cannot wait to put a gun into Savathun's mouth.
Mm-hmm. Good luck.
Hey, we've done worse.
I don't think it's going to happen that way, Nullzy. I think she's going to get uncaged and go, peace out. We'll see.
There's a lot. Yeah, and that's kind of where the tinfoil, spinfoil theories come from, where it's like there's so many different paths that can go down. I have a few theories that I've bumped around involving just that. I don't think she's necessarily going to be the adversary in Witch Queen.
Really?
Oh, I don't
you thinking Maya?
I'm thinking it could be a lot of things. I'm thinking it could have to do with Evo or Wrath.
Maya?
That's what I was asking. Yeah.
No, who the hell's Maya?
Yeah, that's what I was confused about.
You mean Mara?
What did I say? Maya? Did I say Maya?
Maya. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm
looking at 5 acronym. And I was just like, I must be missing something. I didn't read an article.
Hey, you went right along with it, man. That's the way I'm going to edit it. Yeah, I meant Mara. Ziva Wrath, it's been mentioned a lot, probably more than the season which we were killing stuff that those traps and the hunts, season of the hunt. We've talked more about Ziva Wrath than we did back in that season. I think at least maybe they're setting us up.
The other important player, especially, I know it's going to factor into Witch Queen, although we might not see them specifically, is Nokris's necromancy. I think that's going to be the method that Savathun is using to create the Guardians.
Oh.
Whatever she learned from him before we vaporized him again.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Because she was supposed to teach him how to take, and he taught her, and then he died again. So I know he might not be gone. I don't think he is, but I think that seasonal story is, like you're saying, those breadcrumbs are going to factor in directly to the plot in Witch Queen.
Hey, Savathun's got to feed that worm, man. She's got to be deceptive. Yeah.
And there's a lot of things that I thought were going to turn into something and then didn't. Like the giant robot head underground that we haven't seen for almost a year. I thought there was going to be more story involving Clovis and the whole like core Beyond Light. I thought we were going to hear from Aramis again before the end of the expansion, which we still might.
She's still frozen.
There's so many paths. That's what I'm saying. Aramis could turn out to be an ally. Probably not, but could.
I like your
getting
concept,
weird. I mean, there's so many when you're talking the scale at which the game's at, it's no longer, the Red Legion just trying to take the Traveler, which is a big enough deal. Like we're talking everyone's involved. We've established the multiverse, effectively, as far as the scope of where things can go now. Right. And then the actual gameplay elements now being better with the story really becoming developed and hearing about things from Destiny, like original Destiny plot lines and things that we found out about 2 years ago are now mattering again, especially Forsaken stuff. Something I brought up to Hazel the other day.
Yeah.
I'm not entirely sure if it's related, but there's things from Forsaken that might be factoring in now, you know, story points that were like, oh, we'll get there eventually. We don't know when, but when we get there, this is going to be part of it. And I think we might be seeing some of those old ideas come up. So
okay,
they're weaving some webs.
You know, we know how the story ends, so it's like we're trying to piece it together now. We're trying to figure out how do we get to that point. It's definitely a different take.
We think we know.
Well, we do. We think we know from a preview.
We probably don't.
We probably don't. We probably don't.
I hope we don't. I hope that we all get fucked in this. I hope we do. You know?
Oh, we are, absolutely. I mean, I'm still the old spin foil for me is that the Traveler is actually the bad guy in the story. That, you know, everyone the Traveler touches is being manipulated. It's very like the supernatural style, like heaven exists as a corporation. You don't actually matter. Kind of feel.
That would be glorious.
I was just going to say that. Hazel wants this fucking world to burn, man. He wants everyone. He wants it all to come crashing down.
Savathun's really playing that Morningstar role as well. You know, it could be deception, but it could be an actual, like, hey, I'm extending a hand because we have a common enemy.
I cannot believe anything she says. I just can't.
But it's the Pirates of the Caribbean thing. You can always trust a dishonest person to be dishonest.
Exactly.
So you can kind of work your way around, like, what was an obvious lie.
Truth? Okay.
And what could be you have no explanation for.
Okay. I see your point.
And that's kind of been how I've dealt with her. Like, this entire season is like, oh, okay, well, you know, I don't quite believe anything that you tell me, but
I'm going to think about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's my
feeling. The R.I.P. Cade made me definitely want to murderlize her a whole lot more.
Oh,
yes.
They've literally set her up to be Hannibal Lecter is what she's doing right now, or Seven. Like she's pulling all the strings from a prison cell.
Yeah.
Which is beautiful writing.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Anybody tried the legendary Shattered Realms yet?
Yeah, I have. I've done two of them.
I did it. I didn't particularly enjoy it, but I did it.
Did you do a solo, Nullzy, or did you have a team?
Yeah, doing it is a very loose term. I was in there for I lost track. It's brutal. It's really rough solo.
I mean, I heard Night Demon soloed it, and he said it took like an hour.
Yeah, I would say an hour would be conservative for me.
Really?
It was not worth. Just
spongy. Everything's just spongy, huh? Or not?
Everything's a bullet sponge, which is my least interested. As far as difficulty goes, I don't like bullet sponges. I talk about that a lot. I think it defeats the purpose of playing Destiny.
Yeah, I hate that artificial difficulty. I really do. Hazel, did you solo it or did you do it as a group?
I did it as a group, but I'm going to do probably this one solo this week because I've got all of the collectibles from all three now, and I helped, Grackle helped me and on the first one. And then I'm trying to think, I think it was Zaniac also on the first one. And then this week it was Grackle and Ronin, Red Lion.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Ronin. Yeah.
Yeah. And we did it in, I want to say, 19 minutes.
Oh, okay. So do it as a team.
Dang. I mean, that makes sense. I would like to revisit it with a group because that's the other thing. With the storytelling, we've been getting this expansive area that keeps expanding in new ways that we didn't even think were possible.
Right. I haven't touched it yet, so I got work. Gator's got work to do. A lot of season.
6 months left.
I know, so. a lot of season. I'm fine.
But yeah, I mean, it's definitely, something at least interesting to do. I mean, for me, it was collecting all the collectibles and then listening to the lore that's being talked about and that I had fun with. So
yeah. Off-topic question, but we talked about how podcasting has gotten so popular lately. Seems to be the end thing to do now. Hence, here we are. I'm just curious, Nullzy. I know this question's kind of out of left field, but I'm trying to kind of get a pulse of everyone who listens to podcasts. What is your favorite thing about podcasts that makes it different from serious TV, serious radio, like we've been talking about and stuff?
The fact that it's a conversation. It's not stilted. Yes, some podcasts obviously have corporate interest still,
Right.
But for the most part, it's a combination of it just being conversation typically between friends or acquaintances, and also that it's subjects of radio that you would never be able to find. And as a nerd, so anyone who's into a very niche thing, to be able to go just do a Google search and be like, oh, I can listen to content, specifically about this thing that I'm very interested in right now.
It'd be very narrow.
It's like having, your high school after school clubs, and you can just go to whichever one you want whenever you want.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So, no, I love that about it. And it's probably my most consumed form of media besides, music at this point.
Right. And you can do it while you're doing something else too. That's what I like.
I have a hefty commute.
Exactly. I mean, pose that question to you, Hazel. You listen to podcasts too, like I do. What's your favorite thing about podcasts? Listening to them, not on our end.
I think for me, I just like hearing people that are passionate about something.
Right.
I mean, it can be something that I'm passionate about or not really. I mean, because I've listened to some podcasts where I really don't care, just because the people are entertaining enough to where it's like, oh, well, you know what? I like how they banter back and forth or something like that.
Yeah.
So it's just, I mean, I just like hearing that piece of it because, I mean, these days, I mean, you really don't kind of hear that anywhere else, I feel.
Yeah. And it's funny. I'll be working a serious job, and I'll break out into laughter and people look at me like, what the hell is he so happy about? And just listen to something, two people just going at each other or something. It's just, in a playful way. I mean, but the main thing I like about podcasts is you can listen. You can have a very personal conversation with the person listening. You hear me, Elmer Fudd? I can whisper in your ear right now. Go deliver those packages.
But you're not just talking to him, though. You're also talking to...
I'm sorry, everyone else. I just creeped out. I'm sorry.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you could also tell,
I know.
Ian,
yes.
Yeah.
FedEx. He's FedEx.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. I'm like, you gotta, I mean, if you're going to say you deliver the package, you can't just hit FUD up.
I'm sorry. Yes. Elmer Fudd is a U.S. Postal employee. And Ian, also known as BitDad, which promotes us every week.
Yes.
And shout out to you, Ian. Every week you promote us, dude. And we really love that. We really love that about you, man. And go deliver those packages. Up the street right there. Don't miss that house. Okay.
You could also tell that to Rye. I mean, I guess, deliver that package, buddy.
Well, like one of our newest members, Easy Gaming. He lives in Norway.
Yeah.
I was like, really? Norway? I said, dude, you guys have great music artists over there. Just got to say that. Hazel died a little inside. Okay. Back on to, what's your name again, sir? Nullzy.
Ian? BitDad?
No, Nullzy. I think you had a question for him, Hazel.
Yeah. So this is a question that came about after your episode.
Yes.
Substantially after, so don't feel too slighted. But why do you game?
Because I don't have any friends. No. It's only a partial truth.
All right. That's good night, guys.
So just start weeping in the corner. It's always been a part of my life, honestly. Back when my dad was still cool, he would play. That he's become an old man as of recent, which is less interesting. But yeah, I mean, it was always a bonding point between myself and my brothers and, my friends and I. I kind of grew up in the golden age of video games. I was a 90s kid. Mm-hmm. So when things were really starting to take leaps and bounds very quickly is when we were all involved with it. So it was always a conversation. And there was kind of in that same vein as the podcast. You had all these different gaming magazines and websites existed, but you weren't really online too much for that stuff.
Nintendo Direct, baby.
Nintendo Power.
Nintendo Power, sir.
There was another one.
It, man.
There was another one I love watching. It was like Shark Cheats or something. I can't remember the name of it now.
Game Shark.
Yes, Game Shark. That was a good one too.
Game Shark,
getting all the codes.
Is it?
Yeah, you get all these codes.
That wasn't a show. I don't
No.
No. Yeah.
No, but they had a magazine too. I thought they had a magazine.
I don't think they never. You might be thinking of like Game Informer. that had Game Shark codes in it sometimes.
No, I don't think it was that far back. It was further back than that. Never mind.
I think
PC Gamer.
Just ignore the old guy. Let's keep moving.
No, I think what he's thinking of was I think there was like one of those like standalone issues where it was just games.
You'd buy it at you'd buy it at the magazine rack and have all the codes for all the different games.
Like a Primo book or something. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah, that could be. That could be.
Yep. Exactly.
Prima I used to rent those from the library.
Oh my God, those are glorious times.
I always suckered me into buying them when I was at GameStop. Oh, you got to get the guide, man.
Yeah, see, I was a kid when I went in there.
Oh, this is pre-GameStop.
GameStop made a lot of money on those damn things.
Yeah. I'm like, I was a kid when I went in there, so there was no buying it. It was just like reading it and trying to memorize the code.
hiding behind the counter.
Yeah, I would get those and Thrasher magazine from the library every week.
Oh, wow.
That was me in the 90s, video games and skateboarding. I was never very good at either.
See, it was 80s for me, and it was... They didn't have a lot out back then. It was just beginning. But
you had E.T.
Don't get me fucking started. That game.
The lifelike graphics of Pitfall.
You know, a risen penis has corrupted my mind. I'm saying the F word like all the time now. I got to quit it. Okay.
Do you really though?
That episode ruined me. My innocence is
you
done.
broke him. We broke him. There we go.
Anything else, Hazel, you want to mention before we move on?
Besides the obvious, what have you been watching in gaming and that kind of thing? What have you been watching? I guess we already know what you've been gaming. So.
Right.
The last big thing I checked on was season 3 of What We Do in the Shadows. I loved the original movie, and the show is very much. It's a different thing, but it has the same spirit, and it's amazing. If you haven't watched it, I definitely recommend watching the movie and then all 3 of the seasons.
I just started the show. I've never watched the movie, but I just started the show.
I would pause and watch the movie because they reference a lot of things that are not going to be nearly as funny if you don't see the movie first.
But the show had me in tears, though.
Oh, it's fantastic on its own. Don't get me wrong, but if you just started, I think it's the end of the first season. You're going to need some movie knowledge for it to really have a few moments for you.
Okay, all right.
It's all Taika Waititi. I mean, and Jermaine Clement, Flight of the Conchords. Mm-hmm. It's fantastic. Other than that, what have I been watching? Not a ton. I finally got HBO Max, so I'm going to start diving into a little bit more there. But I like a lot of trash TV. They just keep on in the background. Like, was it 60 Days In? And like those type of docudrama nonsense-y shows.
I don't know that one.
I don't know that one
either. It's not a contest. Some people treat it like that, but it's they sign up, get paid X amount of money to basically be informants in a local jail.
Oh shit.
And it's like they're in jail for 60 days, like as an inmate. And like the idea is like it's not just snitching on people, but it's like what are the the officers not doing correctly? What in the facilities can be changed? It's almost like a secret shopper for jail, which obviously can have dire consequences because they need to be completely undercover. Yeah, it's trash TV, but it's compelling. Stuff like that. Yeah, it's that, or occasionally I'll dig into a movie. A lot of YouTube content.
Yeah, YouTube's the best. I'm addicted.
Yeah. Any good YouTube channels that you watch? Or that you'd recommend? Or bad ones that you'd recommend?
I don't know I don't know if there's any bad ones. There is the live feed of the CIA interrogation video. If you just look that one up, I don't want to spoil the fun, but it's been running for I think 10 months now. Just a constant lie. It's a thing. Who have I been watching a lot of? I mean, those reaction videos have kind of been taking the internet by storm. I do get sucked into those occasionally. Always going to give props to Angry Joe and the unbridled rage and often unnecessary remarks.
Yes. I saw his Dune review too. It's pretty entertaining.
Oh, I haven't actually. I don't know if I watched that yet.
I did. It was funny. There is a YouTube channel I've been watching lately, and it's may not be as entertaining, but it's called Economics Explained. I just bumped across this guy, and he's like got 2 million followers or something, but he was talking about, China's debt crisis and do we need taxes and real good questions, real good. And then these are good 30, 40 minute videos, But man, the guy puts a lot of work in these videos. I just had to shout that out. Really good stuff, man.
Very nice. Actually, if I was going to shout out one channel that I think is really cool and other people might think is cool too, there's a channel called The Modern Rogue. That is, they're pretty popular. They're almost like, it's almost a Mythbusters-y type format, but it's, some of it's like practical stuff, like how to give a gentleman's toast, I think is one of the recent ones.
Oh, okay.
But it's also like testing mall ninja weapons or how to do like certain, like how to take a key and imprint it on a piece of gum and then make another key and like actual like lockpicky type stuff.
Jason
it's just
gets,
like a whole like
Jason gets a tattoo. Oh my God, man.
It's like if the what's that box delivery service where you get like, you know, hatchets and whiskey decanters and
Bespoke Post.
Yeah, it's like Bespoke Post, but a channel with like a Mythbusters spin on it.
I like that.
Yeah. How not to dissolve a body and lie. There you go.
How to tell if your room was searched. How to summon a spirit into a bottle.
How to easily debunk Ouija board ghost. Nice.
Is a periscope hardcore military technology?
This is entertainment. I like this.
I'm going to fall down a well next week. Thank you so much.
Thanks very much. Thanks,
Nullzy. They're really fantastic.
And follow.
I did. Already ahead of you. Hey, I'm just curious. Did you see Squid Game? We had a question from Mr. Monkey tonight. Were you
asking me?
We kind of. I mean, have you seen Squid Game?
Yeah, I've seen it. Okay. I also saw it when it was called Battle Royale.
Okay.
Or was it Running Man?
Running Man.
No, Hunger Games.
There's Running Man. That's the one I remember. I remember Richard Dawson, the game show host from Family Feud, was in that movie. That's how far back. It was great.
That's a joke.
You know him as the game show host for Family Feud?
Yes, he was on the damn movie, man. It was awesome.
Not as Al from Home Improvement?
No.
Oh, no, that's what's his name. I was wrong. No. Richard Dawson was the...
No. He was the one that would grope the women in Family Feud back in the 70s. He would grope them.
That's okay. Mutton Chops guy.
He would kiss their hand and up their arm. And they're like
Jesus Christ. Yeah, I remember.
It was the 70s, dude. It was the 70s. It was nice and loose and free. Anyway,
I'm all for nice and loose and free, but there's a couple of these pictures that are like even for me crossing a few lines.
He was definitely a game show host.
Yeah, he would not have flown today.
No, he wouldn't. He would have been culture canceled a long time ago. Yeah. Well,
he might be in jail.
I just have to mention before we move on that Apple TV is killing it, dude. I know. I've been preaching Apple TV. There's 3 programs I'm watching right now that release episodes every Friday, and I think you guys would love each and every one of them. 4th, actually, if you include the one from Jon Stewart called The Problem. It's like a visual podcast. It's like a daily show, but it's much more topic driven, not so all over the place. But great show, man. But the 3 shows, and it's all for like us sci-fi fans. It's Foundation. We talked about that. Isaac Asimov novels about the Chronicles. There's a new one out right now. It's called Survival. Not Survival. What the hell? My mind is mush. It's called Invasion. And my God, the production quality is through the roof. It's really, really good.
I saw like a 1-sentence review for Invasion, and it said the one show that you'll watch where you'll root for the aliens.
You kind of do, but you want to know more about them. But they're really good at hiding the identity. They're very mysterious. I'm like 3-4 episodes in. I watched the 4th one last night, and I watched the 4th, 5th, 6th episode of Foundation. And I'm telling you, man, these are good quality programs. So even if you just rent it for a month. At the end of this month. Yeah.
I'm going to wait until everything comes out, and then I'm going to my wife and I've already talked about it. We're going to get it. I know it's only like $5 a month. Right. Still the hoops you have to jump through and shit like that to even fucking do it. I'm like, it is a pain in the ass to sign up. My dad is not an Apple user, and I had to use my Apple phone to get it on his Fire Stick on his TV. It was crazy. Yeah, fuck all that. Just put the shit out. Let me spend $20. I'll buy the season, and then you can just, go from there. Yeah. Okay? Your Apple, so it'll be $29.99 because it's all inflated. My wife and I finished Ted Lasso. We finished that season up finally. Season ending was okay, but I tell you what, man, we just started the 2nd season of The Morning Show. Holy shit. The writing, I mean, it has you laughing
and grasping your pearls at the end of each episode. It's really good, man. If you didn't
grasping your pearls,
that's just a figment of speech. It's just
I'm gonna grab my balls.
Why do I feel like this show might have canned laughter in it?
It better.
Wait a minute. Cue the audience. There we go.
Yeah, my litmus test of whether or not I'm going to think a show is funny if you tell me it's funny is like, did you enjoy The Big Bang Theory? Because if the answer is yes, I'm avoiding whatever it is you're about to say.
Oh, God.
Yeah, and we're canceled. All right.
Yeah, well, speak for yourself.
How about you? Hey, let me turn it to you, man. What have you been watching this week?
So, my wife and I, we started a new show, Only Murders in the Building.
I've heard about this.
My wife's
Steve Martin, Martin Short, and Selena Gomez.
Yep.
I fucking really like this show.
How could you not? Steve Martin and Martin Short.
Well, I know, but I mean, for the people that aren't aware, I mean, this is like one of the best, like most well-written shows on TV. It's also kind of heartwarming in a way to see how they interact with each other. And it's just very, very good. So, and I mean, you know, they don't shy away from, you know, F-bombs and things like that. So it's really, I mean, they use it really, really well. I would say like, so Gator, do you know how on Schitt's Creek they would say fuck every now and then?
Yeah. It was mainly
like,
the son.
It would be like perfectly timed.
Yes, it was used effectively.
Exactly. And it's the same way in this.
Okay.
So
I can't imagine Steve Martin using the F word.
Yeah, it's beyond great.
Okay.
So we started that. I've been like dabbling with a show called Why the Last Man on Hulu.
Great comic.
I haven't read the comic, but the show is fantastic.
I've heard the show is very faithful. On that same note, I'm very excited for the upcoming Sandman show on Netflix.
Yes. I haven't read the Sandman comic because I tried to, but I was lost. So what it is basically it's this virus that seemingly runs rampant throughout the world, killing all the men except for one guy.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, it starts off like 24 hours beforehand.
I think I saw this preview.
And it just, I mean, goes fucking nuts from there. Demon Slayer came back. Okay. So I've been watching that. It's an anime about this kid. His sister gets killed and turned into a demon. And together they sort of fight other demons. And it's very good. Very, very good. So they're doing a kind of like a rehash of a movie that they did. So for anybody who's looking for something, I mean, this is the first anime I've watched in probably maybe 2 or 3 years. And I've been just bouncing off of them. I've been trying different ones and I just keep bouncing off.
Oh, I could give you a list because if you're like me, we might actually, because I don't like anime, which is a weird point of contention. I like a lot of like the late 90s, very anglicized stuff.
Okay.
But there's a few other things that came out kind of in the middle of all of that are also fantastic.
I don't know. You guys lost me when you said anime, so.
What? Oh, dude, there's a few you would like too, honestly.
All right.
These are the ones you actually probably would like. First off, you know, topical, Netflix doing the trash fire of a Cowboy Bebop adaptation.
I heard about it.
I've actually started watching that, actually.
Bebop?
Yeah, I've never watched it before.
Oh, dude, you are in for a life-changing experience.
It's, I mean, I just dig
first couple episodes are slow.
It.
I will fully admit, first like 3 episodes can be a little tricky to get through, but once you get into it, you will rewatch it every year for the rest of your life.
I really dig it, though. I really dig the music and just the vibe that it gives off. It's just...
honestly, Gator would like it.
Okay.
Gator would like Cowboy Bebop 100%.
I added it to my list. I'm good.
Yeah.
We'll see.
No, he's not. He's not going to watch this.
I'm watching.
It's about space. It's Firefly before Firefly.
Really? Okay, I'm in.
It's about these bounty hunters that are all kind of hapless and miscreants, and all have their own dark backstories. That are all just like, it's very dry and sardonic. Everyone kind of hates each other but loves each other at the same time. It's a space western. It is a flat-out space western. It is one of the greatest animes ever written. The soundtrack is 100% original by a band called the Seatbelts. It's all jazz and blues, and there's a little country in there. It's all very much based on like American tropes. The main character is more or less a combination of Bruce Lee and Martin Riggs from Lethal Weapon.
Okay. Googling the word
I think you would...
sardonic. I'm sorry. Damn, is my mic on? Shit. No, dude.
There's also Space Dandy.
Okay.
Which I don't know if you're familiar with the 90s cartoon Johnny Bravo.
Yes, I am.
Johnny Bravo in Space.
Okay.
Made by the same teams who made Cowboy Bebop, Full Metal Alchemist, and Trigun, I believe.
Okay.
Which it means nothing to you, but that's a very prestigious list of shows.
It's on my list. It's on my list. I'll watch it. I mean, I've been watching so much stuff on Netflix lately.
He's not going to watch it. He's not gonna.
One Punch Man is always a fine choice.
Uh-huh.
He's just like tapping on his keyboard just randomly.
Like I'm not tapping. My hands are free. See, my hands are up.
These are not connoisseur anime. These are typically fairly raunchy, gritty.
Okay. Adult.
Yeah. Not like gross adult, but yes, definitely geared towards adult. Hellsing, another fantastic one if you like vampires that also have nuns.
I know that one. Okay. I know Van Helsing, the movie.
No, not quite.
Just cut bait.
It's definitely related. You're way closer on that.
I'm getting away. You're losing me.
cut bait. Yeah, you've lost.
He's
him.
Gone.
You lost him when you said the word anime like
too many times
6 minutes ago.
I hit my limit.
I did not start this. You did.
I know.
Well, he tunes me out anyway. But
we're not talking about Hunter x Hunter. We're not talking about like these
My Hero Academia.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. All right.
So, so that's everything that I'm watching. Once I finish something, I'm actually going to start like a sort of a depressing show, I guess, called Dopesick on Hulu.
Okay.
With Michael Keaton about the Oxycontin thing.
Well, I've seen the previews on that. It looks good.
Yeah, it does. It looks really good. So my wife said that I can watch that without her. So I'm like, okay, well, I will.
Yeah, you said Michael Keaton. I'm in.
Yeah, exactly.
Speaking of Michael Keaton, I don't know if you guys saw the
interview on Sunday morning. Yes.
What?
What I was going for. I was going to say the Flash trailer.
The Flash, yeah.
Oh, shit. Am I showing my age? Hold on a second.
You're talking about Sunday morning television.
Hey, I know JC. I know JC Jesse watches it. He admitted it, so I'll admit it. It's a good news show. And it's on Sunday morning. And I find out who died every week.
It's like Chronicle, but less interesting. It's like, here's a guy in the middle of Tennessee who's 110 years old, jogs every day, and has had nothing but whiskey and cigarettes in his system for the last 6 months. How does he feel today? Thanks, Billy.
You're not far off. It's like 60 Minutes light, I guess you could say. But anyway,
like 60 Minutes is topical, and usually like super like modern like.
But you got some good happy stories sometimes. It's kind of nice.
At least Chronicle is local. It's like, here's a dairy farm that's been in operation for 150 years, and it's down your street.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
No, this is like they opened a train museum in Missouri. All right.
All right, that's my cue.
That's amazing.
Oh, I'm watching Eternals next weekend. I'll give you guys a review on that before you guys go and drop the cash.
I've heard things.
Same. Yeah.
I'm still gonna watch it. I don't care. I'm ignoring everybody. I'm still gonna watch it.
That's worked out so well for you in the past.
It has.
Yeah, I will dump all over things that I actually dislike, and but it's not categorical. Like everyone's like, "Oh, you're just talking about talking down about the Bebop thing because it's a remake." I'm like, "No, but I'm excited for Sandman." Like it's not categorical. However,
no, you mean Candyman?
Yes, Candyman. Yes. You say his name 3 times and he touches.
No. I'm good.
But I don't remember where I was going. I was making a point that was valid.
I know. I was trying to throw you off.
You said that that you're not hating on something just because.
Don't help him.
Yeah, but Eternals. I have heard things that sound pretty objectively
all right
interesting.
Am I going to be entertained? That's all I care about.
It's got Kit Harington.
Yeah, it's got a lot of stars in it, man.
Yeah, it's like a rehash of Game of Thrones, right? No,
yeah, you have like Grendel's mother.
Red Wedding. Okay.
I just like remake movies. I don't know.
The guy from Silicon Valley has muscles now.
Yep.
There's Kumail Nanjiani's his name, but he's definitely on steroids.
He's built. No. The guy's known to weightlift, man. He's been doing that for years.
No, Kumail Nanjiani is like 45 and has always had a dad bod. Absolutely not. I mean, Marvel, okay. I'm sure they can do a lot, but like your metabolism, there's a point where like putting on that much muscle and definition that quickly.
I can hear it I can hear him in the casting room. Can you put on 10 pounds of muscle? Yes, sir.
Shredded now, dude.
Yeah, he is. He looks good. All right.
Clip that. Yeah.
We got a speed run to do. Nullzy hasn't done the speed run for this year. We got to give him a shot.
Oh God,
it's gonna be tough, man. It's gonna be tough.
Like he was.
Also, there's a new breed of speedrunners. It's at like what 45, 300 now.
no, not that bad. But we'll find out right after this.
Call the Praxic Order. Call the Thanatonauts, the Jinsen Scribes. Call everyone so they can witness you.
All right, listeners. This segment is called the Speed Run. This is where we have a database of over 250 randomly asked questions, and Nullzy tonight is going to have 90 seconds to answer as many as he can. These are short 1 or 2 word answers, and at the end of the year, the guest with the most answers will win a prize, and more importantly, the title of 2021 Speedrun Champion. Questions are randomly asked. No one can memorize the order, so just quickly answer what comes to mind, Nullzy. Tonight, I'm going to ask the questions randomly from our list. Hazel is our timekeeper and quality control expert. In the event of a questionable answer, Hazel's decision will be final. Startian and Admiral Nips are our current co-leaders at 39.
Oof.
You can do this, Nullzy. Come on, man. We got faith. We believe.
Yep.
Gotta have faith.
Right. Exactly. And I swear, Gator, I thought you were going to say random ass questions.
No. Randomly.
I'm going to ask you some random ass questions.
That's like the morning commute radio. Random ass questions.
All right. Speaking of questions, let's do this. Ready, Hazel?
Yes, sir.
3, 2, 1. Warlock, Titan, or Hunter?
Hunter.
What is your favorite Halloween costume?
Skeleton.
Void, solar, arc, or stasis?
Void.
What's the worst job you've ever had?
Retail.
If you could live anywhere in the world, where would it be?
Alaska.
Cake or pie?
Pie.
Should there be freelance solo strikes?
Yes.
Favorite Destiny 2 subclass?
Ooh, Arc Shredder.
Sin or Kingsley?
Don't make me do this.
Do it.
Sin, because I play with them more, but I love Kingsley.
If you could choose, who would voice your ghost?
Oh, boy. I got it. Jonathan Waters.
Good pick. Human, Awoken, or Exo?
Exo.
What's the best sandwich?
Pastrami.
Better bounty hunter, Gator Dog, or The Mandalorian?
Me.
What one song would you listen to your entire life?
Oh, shoot.
Anything.
Kashmir by Led Zeppelin.
Good job. What's your favorite Destiny planet?
Io.
Which do you prefer, Uldren or Crow?
Uldren.
Game disc or digital download?
Digital download.
Fallen, Vex, or Cabal?
Fallen.
What's the latest you've been up gaming?
Tomorrow.
Name one thing you would change about yourself.
I wish I was a little shorter.
Ikora, Kate, or Zavala?
Zavala.
Favorite ramen flavor?
Spicy.
What number am I thinking of?
12.
Tupac or Biggie?
Tupac.
Simpsons or South Park?
Simpsons.
Burgers or burritos?
Fine.
Burgers.
Favorite Destiny strike? I know.
Corrupted.
I interrupted him. Okay. All right, then Hazel.
I'm not counting that.
Hazel. Well, Hazel has the count.
So. All right. Well, I'll give it to you anyway. Okay.
All right.
27.
Not bad.
Considering the amount of time I stalled on some of those, which, by the way, if that wasn't a loaded question, how dare you?
You know I had to ask it.
That was brutal. That's okay. That's. I'll take it. I mean, I got hung up, and a lot of those are just like relevant to today. They're not even entirely accurate.
What dude? It's a fast fire segment. You're fine, dude.
It's yeah. No, I know. That's what I'm saying.
You're fine.
It's like
no, it's I'd
just
say
ask me which one of my parents I like better.
I know.
They're probably going to hear it.
Hey, someone put Gator or Hazel for the second time in the speedrun question ideas.
But I can answer that one.
That's okay. We don't need answers. So let's move on.
Oh, I got an answer for
That's
you.
That's all right. Yeah, Lino, we'll save that for the next one. Here we go. Hey, listeners, do you have a great speedrun question for our speedrun? If that's a yes, join our Discord. Enter them in our speedrun question ideas channel, and we're going to add them to next year's speedrun. Just remember, they need to be yes or no, 1 or 2 word answers. They got to be quick. Either or questions will also be accepted, and don't forget what's your favorite. At the end of the year, we're having 2 drawings for a $25 gift card of your choice, and you can enter up to 5 questions to go in the drawing. And like I mentioned last week, you can mention more than 5, but we're only going to pick 5 to make it fair to everybody. So good luck with that. And that means it is time for This Week at Bungie. All right, 10th week of Season of the Lost, Hazel. What is going on in the TWAB this week, man?
Nothing. Next.
All right, moving on.
Okay. Actually, there's 1 or 2 things. So, first of all, it's the end of Festival of the Lost. So if you're like Nullzy and myself and you procrastinated to the point where, hey, I really don't give a shit about Festival of the Lost. But hey, I want that emblem. You can only do it until Tuesday.
Yeah, so my hands are
raised. Get those pages done.
Yeah, I'm not done either.
Yeah, get that candy, get the masks, do whatever you need to do to get what you want. There's a shader. I'm a whore for shaders, so...
Same.
I heard Rye is too.
Yeah, yes, yeah. Will pimp himself out for a good shader. So, so if you're like us, stop procrastinating, get off your ass and do it. You don't have much time. Get those pages done. Take off work if you need to.
Yeah, you have a day basically since this comes out on Monday. So
yes, exactly what I said. Take off work.
Get it done.
You're not looking too well. It looks like you have a fever.
It looks like you're sick of working today.
Yeah, before you even go in.
Yep.
Okay. So next in the TWAB, they did a thing called +1. So this is basically them introducing, this is DMG and Cosmo introducing us to Liana, aka Dirty Effin' Hippie. She is the new community manager. She's going to be doing things regarding more of the marketing side. And she's been diving into sort of the lesser known content creators. So who knows? Maybe she could be listening to you.
Hi, Elena.
Liana.
God damn it. Now we're out. Shit.
Fucking hell.
0 for 2 today, Gator. 0 for 2.
I'm losing it, man.
At least you didn't call her Candy Woman.
0 for 3. I'm sorry. I 0 for 3. I forgot about that.
Shit.
Okay.
Maya was number 1.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Maya.
no, don't mention Maya.
Maya Sav.
Maya Angelou. That's what I was thinking of. What are you talking about?
Oh, God. She's a villain?
No.
Jesus Christ.
Move on.
And on that note, I'm canceling myself.
So did every listener.
Oh, God.
Okay, so scary costumes and nice pumpkins next. That sounds very...
that's a Skrillex reference. I got that one. That's a Scary Monsters and Nice Sprites reference. I'm a millennial.
Hey, I listen to Skrillex. I like Skrillex.
I didn't catch that. I thought it was something more of like a double entendre kind of thing.
It went over my head.
Like scary costumes and nice pumpkins. But anyway,
it's a children's show.
Sorry. But yeah, so they've done some cool things with some pumpkins, like some players have, and done some cool things with the game and the scary costumes in the game. Pretty cool stuff. Aside from that, let me skip that. There's movies, art, regular bullshit. Under Shit's Broken, I just want to say that Bungie is awesome. They have fixed Telesto.
Yay!
For 12 hours, and then it broke some shit again.
Nice setup. It has a mind of its own, man. It's going to do what it wants.
Yeah, exactly. So yes, fixed shit for 12 hours, and probably not even that long, technically. But, it's broken again, and it's still in play at the moment, so good luck with that. And we will see what happens after that. So, the main topic is Trills. So, and matchmaking. So with this, they did their first freelance session last week, which, real quick, we'll just go into that. So Nullzy, Gator, I know I have. Did you guys jump into freelance?
Nullzy?
Negative. I haven't played Trials since the first weekend because I'm bad.
It's all right. I didn't either for the longest time.
I'm worse.
I played I got the pulse rifle, and then I'm out. And then
I've really just been playing other games, and I've already got my God Roll Messenger. So
yeah, I hear you. Well,
okay.
I did play solo, and I did play with a group. I played solo earlier in the week with one of my alt accounts, and I thought it was fun. There were a lot of 5-0 stomps. I just kind of took it into stride because it's freelance. I'm used to doing freelance comp. So, I mean, you can know right away within the first round whether you got a good team or a bad team, and you just have to do the best you can and try to protect your teammates if they're not that great. And not saying that I'm great either, but I mean, I can usually adapt to my team I'm given, and I do my best. In the freelance trials, I had a good time. A lot of frustration because it's trials. But I got my 7 wins and my 50 match wins. I got those pretty quick. I'd say within, I don't know, a couple hours maybe, not even that.
Did you go flawless or
no
7?
Hell no.
Okay.
No flawless. I get the 3 wins and then it's just like the wall hit me. It's like the teams were pretty unbalanced after that. And then
wait, real quick.
Mm-hmm.
So it's funny you say that they were unbalanced.
It felt unbalanced.
Because Bungie actually talked about this in the TWAB. So that's a great segue. Now I'll go back to you here in a second.
I understand.
So you set me up perfectly for that. Yes. So it's funny you say that they were unbalanced because technically there was no balancing to it. They basically said
it was random.
You're freelance. Let's fucking go.
It was freaking numbers out of a hat. Give me a break.
I don't think they pulled it out of a hat, bud. I think it came from someplace else.
Yeah, you're right. A little bit
feels
lower.
like it.
A little bit lower.
It feels like it.
Yeah. It felt very random. Let's just leave it at that.
Yeah. So Bungie did say that they are going to add some more matchmaking to those modes. So into freelance. So now go ahead, sir.
Well, then I played on Monday night. You know, we usually play on Monday night. We usually have a pretty good, easy time of it because most of the flawless players have moved on, and it's pretty much the kiddie pool, I call it. And for us kiddie pool players, myself, Zaniac, and Warcry, we usually have a very good time. And it was the most frustrating night of trials. I was mentioning earlier in the pre-show, Zan's playing on a PS4 at 80 FOV, which we didn't even know. And he kept getting picked. And he's a very level-headed guy. And I could see he was getting frustrated. And we only play usually a card or two. We'll reset maybe 1 or 2 times. It's either magic's going to happen or it isn't. And the previous week we went flawless, 6 flawless. And then Zang had a brownout and got kicked. And it was just me and Warcry in that last number 7 game. And we already used our mercy. So it's the way it goes. But this week, not even close to flawless. I think we made 3 games flawless. And then, like I said, the hammer came down and we were just getting just walloped by much better players. And it was, and like I'll refer back to last week, there's no incentive to go flawless anymore. Everyone's got all the gear. They've got all their god rolls. And unless it's like True Vanguard, who jumps in the flawless pool right away, by the way, if he plays with a group, he's not afraid. But there's a lot of players out there that are much better players than the players they're trying to protect by having the flawless pool. And we could feel it that night. We were getting just stomped. And it didn't matter what we tried. It was just a hard time. It was just a tough time. So that was my experience. I think they split the pool. It was kind of a welcome in the past weeks. It was kind of a welcome sight to have some random players mixed in the mix. Because, the lack of communication gave us a little bit of benefit. But, man, it was brutal. Monday night was brutal. So we played a card or 2 and then just called it. I think we got the 6 wins. We didn't even get our 7th win to go to get our pinnacle from Saint 14. And I played solo afterwards and in 2 games got it. So the solo pool was definitely the place to be last week.
Funny you say that, because I had an opposite experience.
I heard about this.
So for me, I pretty much went maybe, I don't know, it was like maybe like 55% of my games, I would say, I won with the flawless pool. And I mean, I won those games 5-0 basically. So not just me, but my team. So we won 5-0. And then the games we lost 0-5.
Right.
It was just like the weirdest shit ever to me, where, I mean, you'd either be 5-0 or you'd be 0-5. There was no in between for it.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, no in between. I think we won like one game once when it was a 1-5, but besides that, there was nothing else.
Another thing I wanted to add was I had the most 5-3, 5-4 matches playing solo than ever. I felt like whatever they did in solo, even if it was just random, we had some games where it could have gone either way, and it was just who got their super back quickest ended up clinching the game. But I just wanted to add, for all the people who are yelling at their mics or their earbuds right now, yes, we only played 2 cards. I know you have to play a lot of cards to go flawless, but it was literally just a late night gaming session with friends. So I know what you're saying, Gator. You got to do more than 1.5 cards to go flawless. Come on, dude. So we played maybe in our 3-stack, in our group, our Monday night group. I think we played, I want to say 12 matches, 12 games total. So I know it wasn't enough to represent the true value, but that's our experience of that night.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I played probably, I got to my 7 wins and I just kept moving on. I just didn't care. So I just kept resetting and things like that. But yeah, I don't know. I didn't like the freelance pool just because, it was either a 5-0 stomping or 5-0 we got stomped.
Oh, you're saying in freelance it was that way for you? Not the 2 stacks you were getting with? Okay.
No.
Okay.
So no, the freelance was like that.
Okay.
So, and I just didn't care for it. So here's hoping that when they make the changes to the matchmaking, that it'll be a little bit easier and a little bit better. I don't mean easier, but I just mean I'm not expecting, I'm not going to like go flawless without any effort. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that I at least want it to feel like I stand a chance. And when I get into a match and I stomp somebody 5-0 and then I get stomped the next match 0-5, it's like, okay, that's kind of weird. So, but coincidentally enough, when I say that, the rates for it, for going 5-0 or 0-5 for a solos, 27.6% of those games were 5-0.
A third. Yep.
No, a quarter. Math is hard.
A little over a quarter. Between a quarter and a third.
A third is 33. And
I'm not letting go of it. It's almost a third. I'm rounding up.
Fucking rounding up. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Hey,
ask your wife where she rounds up.
Oh, shit. That's all right. She knows Hazel.
Spicy.
So, but yeah, so, okay, so you think about it like this. Okay, so 27.6% of the freelance games went 5-0 in one fashion or another. 25.4% went 5-1. So over half of the games were 5-1 or 5-0.
That's not good.
No, it's not. It's a shitty experience. And then, like, I saw some people actually went flawless, and I was like, well, you must be a fucking god at freelance, or you got lucky, and got this. But where I actually kind of found my stride is I won 2 games in freelance, and I'm like, okay, well, I pressed my luck far enough. I'm going to move over to regular. Mm-hmm. And I did that. And I went in solo. I got paired up with 2 stacks, and I got to 5 wins, and I was like, hell yeah.
You found the right mix.
Well, it wasn't even that. It was just that, it's not just 3 random people just fucking playing grab ass.
Right.
Or, well, 2 random people playing grab ass and 1 person who actually knows how to play and they carry the other 2.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I don't know. I still think they have some work to do. In this TWAB, I mean, they even basically say the same thing, that they have some work to do.
Yeah, didn't they say something about they were going to match 2s against 2s and 3s against 3s and singles against singles? Didn't they say something around there?
I mean, they're going to try to do that as best they can.
Not this season, by the way. Not this season.
Yeah. So, I mean, they have a lot of numbers in this one. So if you're a numbers person, you want to see what it is. Yeah. Definitely look at this. This was, I mean, pretty eye-opening to a degree for some of this, because they always talk about what their goals are. And it's like they want the goals to be something where it's something feasible for people to think, like, aspirational. You know, like, hey, maybe I can go flawless this time.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's a valiant effort, but I don't know. You know, it's good luck to them.
I honestly didn't know they'd go this far, to be honest. I didn't think they would really try to really dig in deep, and I thought they would just try to have a flawless pull and say, well, we tried. And the fact that they're digging deep here and getting into the numbers and trying to still, and you're going to talk about the new matchmaking system, so.
Yeah. But dude, they actually went into a blowout rate by hour.
Yeah, I saw that.
They can tell, like, what the blowout rate was by hour. And they have here day 1 morning, day 1 evening, day 2 morning. It's like, holy shit.
Yeah.
So God knows what the hell that they're, you know, what data they have on us. So it's interesting though.
It is.
So, as Gator alluded to, well, okay, real quick, freelance will be coming back. They are going to be making some changes to it. The community in a whole seemed to pretty much like freelance.
I enjoyed it. It's just hard to play as a group that week because the pool's so split.
Well,
you can feel it. You could feel it.
Well, it's funny you say that because they put in some changes for this week. Yes, and I have thoughts on this. I watched a couple streamers today, and yeah, it was eventful to say the least. For me, not for them. So flawless pool changes. So they've been activating the flawless pool, as we all know, on Sunday at reset. They said they are stopping this temporarily for this weekend anyway, just to see, basically, because the 10 a.m. Pacific reset is awkward for anyone living outside of the Americas.
Yeah.
Makes sense, I guess, you know. Okay. Sure.
Well, I mean, Australians are living in the future. I mean, come on.
Also upside down.
Yeah, absolutely.
Those poor guys.
Yeah, I know. I feel for them.
It's unreal. And their water goes down the other way. It goes down the wrong way when they flush the toilet.
Sorry, Helios.
Poor guys.
He's sighing so hard right now.
He is.
Yeah. I saw that episode of The Simpsons. That's how I know about Australia.
Yep. That's facts. That's science, man.
We love you. So starting today, they rolled out a new system. And basically what they're doing is they are matching you up with people with the same number of card wins, with also an attempt to roughly match you with the same number of overall wins for that weekend.
Okay, so it's card-based matchmaking, and I was trying to grasp this.
And so
and total wins for the. So if you start earlier, it means you're going to get in a tougher pool. Sounds like.
Well, sort of, yes. So okay. So a good example of this, well, they give here, like, okay, for the PvP gods who go flawless 10 times a weekend, they will end up matching other players who have, for example, 70 plus wins on their card.
Yeah, that'd be the minimum, right?
Yeah. So no matter how they got them. So if they played 700 cards and won one game each one, that's what they would possibly play that group.
Math is hard. 700 cards?
And you won one game.
700 cards.
Okay.
Yeah. So
a lot of cards.
That's a lot of
that
cards. Is that physically possible to do that? I don't know.
If you reset after every
game,
every win, depends on how much you hate yourself.
God, that's brutal.
Yeah. I'm sure that Fallout will,
Can I before we move on? Can I just say this? Why are we still going by card wins? Can we just go by? What if they just did total wins for the week?
Your whore mouth.
Whatever. It's just going to make people reset their cards sooner. It doesn't make sense. It's such a convoluted system.
Here's the thing, though.
All right.
Here's the thing. Okay.
Wouldn't be Destiny if it wasn't convoluted.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the thing, though.
New currencies?
Don't get me started.
But here's the thing, though, okay, is that they're not even going off of that card. They're going by like what you have total. So like so I was watching Rye for Short.
Mm-hmm.
He's one of the streamers I was watching.
Yeah.
And this poor fucking guy, Rye, my heart went out to you, man.
He's a grinder, man. He grinds the trials.
So, okay, we all know that Bungie's like unicorn are these like 5-4 matches. That's what they want.
Mm-hmm.
They want everything to be 5-4 or 5-3.
Mm-hmm.
So, poor fucking Rye, he got like, he was on the losing side of like most of these matches, and they were all like 5-3 or 5-4.
Really? That's too bad.
But here's the thing, though. It's not just that. So he got like doubly punished.
Yeah, because he had wins.
He'd lose the match,
right,
and then he'd get those round wins that counted towards his 70 wins or his X amount of wins.
Now, wait a minute. Hold on. Total wins for the weekend. You say it's averaging people who have got total wins. Now, is that matches, or does it have to be a win, an actual game win, or are they counting so many matches as a win?
It sounds like we don't have any clarification on that.
I think it's 7 wins.
It sounds like this is actually like round wins.
It didn't specify that. That's why I was wondering.
Yeah, this sounds like it's 70 round wins.
I'm reading it here.
That's my thought, because they don't say. They definitely don't. They just say 70 wins.
No, see if you went flawless 10 times on a weekend, that's 7 wins, game wins times 10. That'd be 70 wins. See what I'm saying? So that would I don't think they're going by matches. I think they're going by actual game wins. So that might not hurt him.
But shit, but he was getting, his team was getting just completely destroyed. They were going up against it was just ugly.
He waits for the reset. He jumps right in with all the streamers, man. He
was. But yeah, it was nasty. It definitely, something seemed off because they were, they got, it was a bunch of like 5-3, 5-4 losses. And I was just like, oh my God.
I don't think the system's I don't think it's going to hurt him. I don't think it's going by round wins. I think it's going by actual games.
It shouldn't, but something seems off, at least today.
You think it's match wins? Okay. We don't know.
I think they screwed around, and I think they made it match wins for some reason. I'm
sure there'll be some glitch where they'll try to
They forgot to carry the 1.
Exactly.
Something.
No, they forgot to carry the decimal points. Jesus.
Yeah. So yes. So, I'm going to try it out. I haven't tried it today. So I'm going to try it out either when we get done or tomorrow or Sunday sometime, something like that.
Right.
But it's going to be interesting. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what the hell I'm getting myself in for this week.
I got so much going on this weekend, but I'm definitely I'll be part of their guinea pig. I'll try it out. I'll do a couple cards at least.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to definitely try it too. But it just looks, it's going to be interesting to see where it goes from here.
If you want close games, there's 2 things that they need to do here. In addition to this total wins tracking, total game wins, let me clarify that. Just put in skill-based matchmaking. Put it in there. Let there be some kind of coefficient that averages a skill of everyone on the team, and they come up with a coefficient or some kind of number ranking versus a team that's similar rank. In other words, they have a good player and 2 terrible players, and have them play each other. Not 3 really good solo players and a 3 stack of players that are okay, and we get steamrolled by 3 random players. And the second thing, get rid of card-based matchmaking. It doesn't
What's wrong with card-based?
No, get rid of it.
What's wrong with it?
Because because it could be manipulated. Because if they're going by card wins, and anyone who's trying to get their 7 wins, just reset your card. As soon as you win, just reset it. Because if you're not going flawless, it doesn't matter. I don't know. I mean, we get down this rabbit hole every week. It just card-based matchmaking doesn't make sense because it can be manipulated.
They gotta do something.
They
have to do something.
No, not card. But what I'm saying is skill-based matchmaking, and then have what they're doing now this week: total wins per the weekend, per the time that Trials is open this week. That's a great system because the people who grind and get their wins in, and maybe don't go flawless, will have a lot of wins, but then because they haven't gone flawless, they're not going to card bet. You see what I'm saying? They're not going to match.
It's going to count all their cards, no matter how many times they reset. So if they reset at 6 wins every time, they're still going to get matched up with the harder people.
And Bungie still, and DMG admits, or someone admitted from Bungie, that they're not doing that. They're not resetting at 6 wins. So
they said it's like 0.05%.
I don't believe them.
Like I said before, I don't think that this is an issue with it. I think the issue is that they have alt accounts that they play on and that they can plug stomp with those.
Yeah, we talked about this.
Exactly.
I mean, my God, there's going to be Smurf accounts. There's going to be people who can manipulate this. And no matter what Bungie does, they're just dealing with a moving target. It's going to be tough to wrap this up. I mean, they're trying to make it appealing to the masses. Because if they don't make it appealing to the masses, it's just a tournament game. I mean, it's just for hardcore players, and it'll be back to 100,000 players every week.
Yeah.
Hey everyone, looking for some like-minded gamers to Destiny with?
Or maybe just a place to de-stress and talk about life with others for a bit.
Or maybe just a place to discuss the latest movies, the TV shows, new awesome music out there.
What about New Year's resolutions or goals or our fitness section?
Well, you're also forgetting about our channels with links to our clan, SpeakPipe, our show music playlist for God's sake, or even where to get a show t-shirt, mouse pad, or coffee mug if you want to help support us.
Wow, you're not just a Bungie shill, you're a Guardian Downcast shill, huh? So, man, you must be forgetting also about the Podcast Questions channel, where listeners can put in their own questions for us.
And Hazel, our show feedback channel, where listeners can talk about our past podcast. And our...
Stop. This shameless plug has gone on long enough. I'm going to put a fork in it. Everybody, just go to the GDC Discord community link in our weekly show notes, where you can see the invite there. Just visit us at guardiandowncast.com. That invite link there will never expire, so just go there too.
And later, Guardian.
Oh my God, just stop.
What? What did I do?
You're so excited.
I'm excited, man.
Just bring it down.
All right, whatever, man. Okay, jeez.
Lay off the coffee.
What a downer.
But, I mean, okay, Nullzy, what do you think?
I think they should go really zany and add a 4th player and make it 4-on-4 trials. And a totally new and novel idea.
Everything old is new again.
They've done that.
No, I think a big factor they could make it more appealing to do. Not just like the systems, yes. But like the weapons, like you're saying, like once a lot of folks get these weapons, they become less interested.
Yeah.
Why not, if you get 500 trials round wins in a season, give a shader?
Or give an emblem. A cool
emblem. Yeah,
emblem.
It would these milestone things that you can grind out even if you're not the best player, but it shows you put in the work.
Give us some kind of trophy. Give us something for bragging rights. That makes perfect sense.
I've been saying that ever since they got rid of the Eater of Worlds ornaments.
Yeah, I know.
Like the prestige ornaments.
Yeah.
Like they've never done that again, and that was such a good system. Like give people sorry to use crass language, but like give people the ability to dick swing. Like, give them those armor sets that you can only get from doing, like, a prestige run.
No,
or you can only,
They're not going to do that. I want them to, but they're not going to do that anymore.
But why? What's the law? It's going to do is motivate people to play.
I mean, we're going to kill ourselves and run spooky haunted lost sectors to get an emblem this weekend. What's the difference?
Because everybody can do the lost sectors and that kind of thing. The thing is that Bungie, for some reason, they don't want to make mad little Johnny because, little Johnny can't do, the Master Vogue. They don't want to make...
They did it in Vogue. I don't know what you're talking about. They did exactly what I said in Vogue. It was just a very
Not Master Vogue, though. They did that in D1.
No, but I'm talking about the shader from Vogue.
What do you get from the Master Vogue? Just the time weapons,
time
right?
loss. That's it. It's really not worth doing. It's not. If you're not looking for like the titles or anything, it isn't. There's no time loss stuff.
There's no cool emblem or anything.
I don't think so. I think you only get the Sherpa one, which I'm gonna fail one away from at this point. I've had 9 for like 3 months.
No, they don't. Well, they don't give you a shader for doing it though.
They do for the
Chatterwhite one.
The Hooter, not Chatterwhite. Oh, it used to be Chatterwhite. Now it's Winter Pearl or whatever.
Yeah, but no, those you just have to get the.
All right, if you're not raiding, you'll never get it. And if you're not a raiding player, which is a small percentage of the player base, despite us being part of it, like they have no access to that whatsoever for a pinnacle activity.
Yeah, you're talking about 10%.
Right. The lower raid.
Right. So, yes. Okay. So, yes, they have done that. But Bungie they're hesitant to do that anymore.
I don't know why.
They're hesitant to put stuff behind that.
Nothing in Destiny is hard other than PvP. Like, there's things that are grindy, that are things that are like solo dungeons obviously have a level of difficulty, but like when you compare it to other games in this style, like none of the raids are that punishing.
Oh yeah, you're completely right. I mean,
no, I disagree. I think they have a lot of hard content for people who want to do it. The problem is you don't get anything for doing it. Nothing really.
That's what I'm saying. Like give them the a game. We're pulling out the Wayback Machine. There was a game called Global Agenda that I was very avid player. It was not super popular as a whole, but had a really cool PvP system where it was they would call it agency versus agency, and it was kind of like a planet side / kind of what
like a zone area control.
What's that new Amazon one that's falling off faster than
New World,
any other game? Yeah. So the New World system where like you're fighting for territory every week against other clans, and it was this really cool agency versus agency. It was part RTS. And then you'd have to go down and like Total War actually fight these battles against the other agencies for this territory, which is a really cool system. But if you finished in the top 3, you would get X hollow reward for your armor, like for a month, which is a season. If you ever finish number 1, you'd get an even better of that hollow armor. That's like the regular armor, but it's all it is a cosmetic, but it's saying, hey, it's like a title. It's like, I did this thing.
What's
level of prestige?
What's the title that Luke Smith got in World of Warcraft?
There's a
Scarab
bunch.
Lord.
The Scarab Lord.
Scarab Lord that's one of them. That's definitely.
I mean, they need to do that in this game. Why not?
You're agreeing with our point, though. You can do that in the form of cosmetics.
I'm just adding to the point. Yeah,
but for some reason though, Bungie is hesitant to go back to that mindset.
Why? I don't understand why.
It's just cosmetics. It's not like they're not. It's not like they're doing a worse version with the time loss.
I don't know. I don't know about you.
Gameplay elements that you're missing out on.
I don't know about you.
You can't do this content.
When I played Trials in Destiny 1 and I saw someone with the Scarab emblem, I'm like, oh crap. That's a Scarab emblem. It is really tough to get that emblem.
They do it a bit. They did it with the Trials emblems a little bit. Like at first, when you saw someone with a flawless emblem, you went, "Oh no!" And they do it with the Trials, the going flawless in a weekend. But like that's something you have to do every week, and that is a great version of it. I'm not saying they should get rid of it. I'm not saying it's bad or wrong, but like give something to the Raiders, give something to the Gambit players. Let's say you get like 1,000 invasion kills. There's a weapon ornament for a Gambit weapon you can get.
I don't understand why they don't do this kind of stuff, because I'd play a ton more Gambit if I knew there was a badass emblem than only 1%.
They do it in the dumbest way with the ritual weapons. And they're just like, this has a different piece of cloth wrapped around it. It's like, that's not what we mean.
That's not what we want. Yeah. We want an emblem.
There's no glory. We want shoulders. Give us shoulders with like the Diablo style.
No one's going to look at your sniper rifle and go, oh wow, he got the Gambit emblem.
But shaders
guys,
go a long way. Armor pieces go a long way.
They can give you a ghost shell that
nobody's going to see. Exactly.
Okay, imagine this: Witch Queen. All right, you there's a prestige version of the raid. Okay. And you do this prestige version of the raid, and yes, there's titles. You can get like your Rivensbane, like super sweaty titles and all that. Yes. But there's also like for every class, for the most common PvE exotic, there's a raid themed. Like let's say there's like a hive themed Celestial Nighthawk for hunters. Where it's just like, this is a raiding exotic that's like a pretty standard, like was it transfer steps for warlocks? Like these are like the common PvE exotics, and like there's now a raid exclusive ornament that's themed around the raid that you can only get from doing a certain level of prestige on it.
All I can
and
figure...
now you have that Celestial Nighthawk ornament that you can wear. That's the only hive themed Celestial Nighthawk ornament, so people immediately know when they see you that you did this thing.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't take much.
I gotta admit, ever since Beyond Light's come out, I very rarely go to someone and go, "Hey, how did you get that emblem?" It just hasn't been as exciting.
That used to be a thing. I see someone say, "Oh, how do you get that new one?" Like I've never seen that before. Oh, it was from a cereal box 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Exactly. Or, I mean, whenever, like, so I logged into D1 and did the 4 D1 raids with the Guardian Hub. Mm-hmm. And I went in, I mean, this always happens. Whenever I log into D1, I always go into the tower and I still have on like my glowy raid armor and things like this. I always get like 2 friend requests every time. And it's like people see that and they're like, oh, wow, this guy knows what the fuck he's doing.
No one will ever forget when you were the first ones at the tower with Chatterwhite on. Yeah, we finished.
It's literally it's the EP dog whistle.
It is.
Where it's like you don't even need to know what they're about to know that they're about this game. And if you see them on their team, unless they paid for it somehow, like
don't get me started with carries and recovs. I mean, that can happen
those
too.
are bannable now, so that's not going to be a problem.
Well, hopefully. We'll see. I mean, when we play, let's just say when we played in our 3 group in the regular pool last week, you could tell really quick who the good players were and who the carries were. It was very identifiable, and it was like, we got to take this guy out. If we take this guy out, we win the round. But
that's always been like that, though. To be fair,
it could be friends, true, and you just don't know. And I don't know. I miss the trophies, maybe Destiny's like, listen, we're all hands on deck. We're only talking about 1% of the population that goes and raids that much to get that emblem. It's not worth our time.
You know what it was? The last time I was excited about it was the day 1 emblem for DSC.
DSC, yeah.
That was like the last one of those items where like you saw somebody with the day 1 emblem and you went, oh fuck.
Yeah. That's hardcore.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Especially because we were all there day 1. We all know how it went for the rest of us.
And that's probably 0.005% of the population that got that.
Matter of fact, I think they should go back and give them an additional Atrax themed emblem, because you know what? If you beat Atrax day 1 without the lament, props, man, props. Because we were all there. Some of us for like 6 hours.
Yeah,
so that's what I'm saying. Like, just give. I'd say give us an Atrax mask, but I, as a hunter, already have one. Technically.
Yeah,
it's the most gruesome description of an item I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, just make people something to be proud of, something to dick swing a little bit, Like,
yeah, we're gamers.
It doesn't have to be crazy, but they haven't done it with titles in a year or two anyway. Like,
they need to, yes, but they just don't want to. Maybe that'll change now that Luke Smith isn't in charge.
I used to have an emblem in Crucible that tracked. It was an emblem that tracked your Fight Me medals, where you had the most kills per game, and then in the whole lobby. I was really proud of that. That I was in the end of the one that collected all your gold medals that you got in the Crucible. I was proud of those emblems.
Just throwing out a trigger warning for Night Demon. We all know about the Iron Banner emblem. We're all very sorry about it.
Yeah. We love you though, and our heart breaks for you.
Yeah.
But and that's just it. Like, give them something they can show off.
Right.
Like, you earned it, dude. Like, those don't happen by accident.
I mean, what's the one thing you see when you pull someone's name up? It's their emblem.
There's I have 2 emblems I can flex with, and one of them will get me canceled now. I've got the original PC conversion Blizzard one, the blue one, And then I've got the other one is the Saint 14 for actually doing the event when it happened for Bastion.
And I have one flex one is where we were doing the what was that Sherpa system they had that when
oh wow, that shit's fucking rare as can be.
I've never done that.
I've
never participated.
Our team,
it's a thing.
What is it called? What's the term called?
Guided game.
We had our team our team did guided games. We'd actually get a person in there and make their night. And this was like myself and Batman and Ninja and all my old clan.
Nobody uses it.
I have it. I flex it every now and then, especially if I'm raiding or something. But that's a very rare.
No, I mean the guided raid system in general.
Oh yeah, I didn't even know it was still up.
Like give us IO back and take that away.
Right.
Yeah, but no, I forgot about that. But yeah, I have that too because I remember that I was doing that with Easy and
and you know what? Yeah. You know what it made me want to do, Hazel?
Do it again.
Go pick someone else up out of that. What's it called again?
Guided games.
Guided games. I want to add one more.
Well.
I want to add one. Well. Yeah, I want to add one more to my number.
They kind of do have that for the Vault of Glass one, at least the Sherpa one, where if you take 10 new players through, you get the one.
They have totally simplified the counter system on your emblems, and I really hated that. I lost a lot of cool stats.
Oh, I don't even use them. Yeah.
I mean, the only one I use now is when I got over my 1,000,000 kills in the game. And that's the one I do use. And I'm sure there's a lot of people who got over 1,000,000 kills. I know. But I'm proud of that. That's a milestone for me. And ever since season 1 of Destiny 2, I've got over 1,000,000 kills in Destiny. And I'm proud of that one. But other than that, there's not a lot of counters anymore that I really care about.
Yeah. I thought you meant the senior recruiter emblem. It's the one from the Refer a Friend.
No, I never did that one.
Because nobody did. You know?
Yeah, I know. I tried to get No, I actually tried to do it with my son. He was trying Destiny for the first time, and it didn't give it to me. I don't know. I think because he backed out at the last part of that I think he backed out too early or something, and I lost the emblem. I can't remember exactly, but I mean,
I've got like the raid one, but I feel like that one's not actually that prestigious. The year 1 raid one, the raid emblem. We're doing all the Leviathan raids.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that one.
Well, like that's that one's not like not that.
Yeah. Well, they vaulted it, so I mean that means something.
Yeah.
You know?
How about a counter? How many vaulted glasses you did before you got the Vex? Sorry, Helios. I had to mention it. Buddy.
Yeah. I don't think they're going to do that one either. Sadly.
Yeah.
Oh shoot! I have infinite reflections. I must have got my last Sherpa.
There you go.
Nice.
There you go.
No, I don't think that's the one, is it?
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
I don't think it is. I think it's the other one. I think I still need the one more Sherpa. Son of a.
Speaking of which, Sherpa, I'm actually going to be streaming tomorrow. I know you won't hear this in time, but I'm actually bringing Uncle Scumdeath through a Vault of Glass, his very first Vault of Glass. We got a bunch of guys, including Helios, that are helping us out tomorrow. And I know you're listening to this after the fact, but go to my Gator YouTube channel. I'll have it it'll be on a replay if you want to watch it back. And I'm going
to watch and talk incessant amounts of shit.
I just have a feeling it's going to be very entertaining. So.
Yeah. I know what I'm going to be doing at that time. I'm going to be like, hey guys, I'm going to be
playing Trials.
From you guys for a little bit.
Playing Trials.
No, I'm going to be like telling my wife and daughter that I'm like, hey, I've got something to do.
Yeah.
Just one last little touch on our quick point. Even the small ones, man. I miss like the little aura from the 100K.
Yes.
Like your weekly 100K. Yes. Like just little ones. Just little pats on the back. Like, hey, you did your thing this week. Now everyone knows you did the thing.
Do we have to have the glowing crown? It doesn't look like a crown. Can we have just like our armor just glows for the week or something? Not this thing.
Dude, they can make it a penis and I'd be cool with it.
Exactly.
Give me something. Give me those particle effects.
Yes. All of a sudden it's Saints Row. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Give me the Johnny head. Let's go.
No. Good conversation. I like talking about this stuff.
Yeah, exactly. I just hope that they end up. I mean, now that it's Joe and the other guy, I forget his name, Tom, I think. Now that it's them, I hope that they have the courage to kind of step out and do things the non-Luke Smith way. You know what?
I got faith. They're going to put it in Witch Queen. I'm going to be the Destiny shill here. I think they might do it next season.
No, Witch Queen, I think, is going to be the coup de grace for sure.
I think it's
not you being a shill, man. I mean, I just think it's you thinking the best of
I always think
Joe and Tom.
I do.
You know, I think that's the thing.
I think they know a lot more than we think. I think a lot of people, especially on Reddit, don't think that Bungie's listening. They got all the data, man. They know what's going on.
Trials experiment alone means they're listening. And that's one of the things that I'm most excited about with it. I don't care about the stats themselves that much.
They have to take all those stats and then they got to balance it with real world, they've
got like probably 3 or 4 people looking at this all week, every week. Like that's what they're doing at Bungie right now. And that's a big deal.
Yeah. Anyway, I hope it's in Witch Queen. It'd be nice if it was. More trophies.
I'm all about swinging dicks. So, let's do it. Wait a minute. What did I say?
Clip that shit.
Hey.
That's definitely going to be in season 3. At the end of the year, I'm going to have all these great sound clips. It's going to be so much fun to put that together. Anything else, Hazel, on the TWAB?
No. Should there be?
No, I was just asking. Well, thank you, sir. Oh, okay. We appreciate it. All right. It's my favorite part of our show. It is our community questions. And I don't know if you've looked at them, but we have several speak pipes. We got a ton of really interesting questions this week. And of course, don't forget, we're going to get into our legacy questions as well. So we'll do that right after this.
Hey Guardians, would you like to send us a question for the show? Well, there's 4 ways to do it.
Number 1, join our Discord server. There's a join link in our show notes. We have some great gamers in there, by the way. And you can just lurk, or hang out, or jump right in and talk with us. There's also a channel labeled Podcast Questions where you can type in your question for the show.
You can also email us at guardiandowncast@gmail.com, or we also tweet out almost every week about our upcoming show, guest, and you can respond there with your questions at guardian_d_cast is our Twitter handle.
Finally, you can send us a voicemail with your questions at speakpipe.com/guardiandowncast. Remember, that's all one word. And we'll play it on the show for you guys.
SpeakPipe is honestly my favorite thing. But anyway, thank you for all you guys do, and toddles.
And later, Guardian. All right, boys and girls, it's that time of the week. This is where we answer our questions from our community, and you guys, man, you guys do not disappoint, let me tell you. Every week. I don't know how you guys do it. I really don't. But we have 3 speak pipes that some of our community members have sent in, and one of them you probably know. So let's start with our first one from Easy Gaming, our friend we just talked about who lives in Norway. This is awesome. And we're going to listen to it right now.
What's going on, guys? It's Easy Gaming here. So, question for the show. How do you think the season will end? For me, I think it will end in the death of Spider. We all know Savathun is going to get ghosts, but from where? Maybe Spider's collection? And who might kill him? Keep up the good work, guys. Love ya.
Thank you, Easy Gaming. We appreciate you sending that message to us, man. Thank you for that. And how do you think the season's going to end? You heard his version. Do you agree, Nullzy?
Yeah, I think I touched on it a little bit earlier. I mean, the question about where she gets the ghost from is definitely the spider theory is a solid one. I hadn't even considered that.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're going to see a little bit of Nokris's necromancy, a little bit of Spider's tech. I think it's going to lead with her kind of jumping into a portal of sorts, and we're chasing behind her.
Okay.
I don't know what like we talked about earlier. I don't know what the stipulations on that are going to be.
Okay.
I don't know if she's going to break Crow. I don't know if she's, I don't know. That's the beauty of it. I don't know.
That's just it, man. We know the end story. We just don't know how they're going to get there, which is kind of almost as good as not knowing the end, What do you think, Hazel? What do you think? You agree with Easy Gaming? You think they're gonna knock out Spider?
I do think Spider is going to die. There's already been hints to it that Mara's pissed off with him and everything else. So I think that's going to happen, but I don't know about necessarily, getting the ghosts and things like that. I'm kind of on the fence about that. I have my own thoughts about where the ghosts are going to come from. I think that's going to be part of her throne world and her making some shit up and that kind of thing.
You think she's going to like steal some of the power from some of the light? How does she get the light? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Well, I mean, my interpretation about it is that of Throne Worlds is that she can make stuff happen, like because it's her playground, basically.
Okay.
So that's just my thought, is that that's what it is, and that it's sort of like all kind of imaginary to a degree.
Right.
So that's kind of where I think it's going to go.
Poof, presto, right?
Yeah, exactly. I want it to happen, so I will it, and there it is. What about you?
I have no earthly idea how this is going to happen, but I am curious why they draw our attention to an Ahamkaran egg in where Mara is standing.
They don't draw your attention to it.
Just to the left of it. You can't miss it. I mean, if you're a decent, player who looks around wherever Mara's standing and they're in the Dreaming City, you can't help but not notice it.
No, you have to go looking for it, but it is there. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm curious if somehow there's a last wish, literally and figuratively. If she's going to use that as a final wish. I don't know. I honestly don't know, and I really don't want to know. I want to find out. So it was easy gaming. Great question. Great question, buddy. Sure. All right. Let's move on to our next one. And it is from our friend Arisen Phoenix.
I had to pause the show to answer one of the questions from last week because y'all did it wrong for the zombie apocalypse. All you have to do is grab you about a 3-foot piece of pipe and a T that will thread onto the end of that pipe. 2 of the biggest saw blades you can find, shove a bolt through there, and you're golden. I mean, that's just simple. You could have even gone as basic as an axe or some kind of gardening hoe or something like that. 2x4, that's just weird. What are you, Hacksaw Jim Duggan? Thanks. Love you guys. Bye.
I love Arisen Phoenix, man. I love the way his mind works. I thought a 2x4 was a little lame. I'm still standing by my shovel. I still think you can do so much with that. So we haven't asked Nullzy. Go for it, Nullzy.
I'm calling BS on that. First of all, how many times are you going to be able to swing a pipe with 2 saw blades fitted at the end of it?
And how are you going to get them
blades are going to stick into things?
Exactly. How are you going to get them to spin? How are you going to get them to spin, Arisen Phoenix?
They're not. It sounds like a buzzsaw from Borderlands, but like that's a fantasy game.
Yeah.
Like how often can you, like realistically, the average person, how many times can you swing a metal pipe before you're just completely out of energy?
Physics is hard.
Like, give me like a T-ball bat, like a nice 27-inch, 32-ounce aluminum bat.
Yeah, that's
a better choice and readily available.
I think eventually that aluminum bat would bend after you hit
eventually, sure, but I mean, hitting a baseball is a lot harder than a skull.
Dude, a shovel will last so much longer. It's tempered steel.
On a shovel.
Have you swung a shovel?
Yes. I've used a lot of shovels.
Really? You swung a shovel, like at somebody's head?
No.
Height.
No, you sharpen the edge and you literally just stick them straight and right in their neck and you decapitate them. Boom, done.
Why not just get a kitchen knife and strap it to a stick?
That only takes one movement. Easy forward movement with 2 hands and you're good.
But you got to think about fatigue. You got to think about, it's like...
Well, anything's going to fatigue you, especially if you're not used to swinging stuff to kill zombies, but...
Baseball bat's meant to be swung. Aluminum's lightweight and a lot sturdier than the wood. It's not subject to any damage from the elements.
Aluminum? Wouldn't you go wood? Like some really good hardwood?
That's how you break it.
I mean, Walking Dead...
Again, you want to go swing, and you're going to swing a mahogany bat? He's going to weigh 25 pounds.
Yeah, but that thing's not going to bend over time. I don't know.
Have you ever bent an aluminum baseball bat in your life?
I have.
Bent?
I've eventually, they get warped.
Okay.
That's technically bent. No,
compared to a piece of wood?
Well, I haven't had a zombie apocalypse to worry about, so I can't test that theory.
Okay, that's not a valid excuse. It is so proliferated in pop culture that everyone's theorized this. Everyone's got a plan. Don't even give me that.
But here's the thing.
Shaun of the Dead.
Here's the thing, Nullzy. I still have you beat. You still can't dig a hole with an aluminum bat. You may need to dig a hole.
I wouldn't bet either.
No, no. I was just thinking back to the TV series, but with the barbed wire wrapped around all it. But I don't know. I still stand by my shovel. I think that's a solid choice, especially if you get a fiberglass handled one. Lasts forever. Hazel, comment?
You're wrong. There we go. That's it.
Okay, good enough. All right, we have one more here from good old Uncle Scumdeath.
Hello, Scumdeath here. I have taken some influence from Gator, and I've been doing a lot of bounties, and now I am up to 32 on my season score, which is the most I've ever done. So thanks, Gator. So my question to the podcast is, when was the last time you took advice from Gator and it actually worked? Love you guys.
Well, we know what Hazel's answer is going to be, but Nullzy, throw me a bone.
I can't remember ever getting advice from Gator. He's usually in somebody's backpack.
What? I hold my own in
remember
raids.
one time Gator took somebody's advice to great comedic effect.
Oh, we don't talk about that command.
I'm not going to bring that one up. I can't remember. I mean, every time we've done like a raid or something together, it's always just been like, we both know what's going on. We're just doing the raid.
Yeah, we're doing what we need to do. We have our role.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if we play enough together to really have.
We haven't. All I know is I played a Garden of Salvation trying to get some really good Crucible. There's some really good Crucible weapons in that raid. And I was trying to get another fusion rifle, and I didn't get one, of course, because I wanted one. Bungie knew it, and they heard. But I was struggling because I don't play. I think I've got 2 or 3 clears in Garden of Salvation, and I just didn't have the reps.
That was painful to watch.
I'm sure it was. I was a little embarrassed that I didn't remember how a lot of the mechanics work. But you know what? What's funny is I've done the end encounter so many times that I know the end encounter better than the first encounter. It's crazy. Yeah. All right. Good question.
Probably the most mechanically complex one. I can't blame you.
It's one of the tougher ones. I mean, even Kingsley admits that. So, all right. We got some great questions in our Discord tonight, guys. Let's dive in. Hazel, you see one you want to start with there?
Jeez, that's a first one.
There's some good ones, man. There's some good ones.
I like it. I like this one.
All right.
So now I guess this one is to you, Gator.
I think he's asking everybody.
In a Mexican, it says, well, at Gator, in a Mexican standoff, who shoots first? This is Crash Dog 99. Gator, Kingsley, Hazel, or Sin?
Oh, let me think about this. Definitely not Kingsley. Kingsley's well too thought out.
Oh, I know the answer.
He would definitely think too quickly. I think all the rage builds up, and I think Hazel pulls the trigger first. That's my opinion. What do you guys think? I'll open up to everybody.
Hey,
I think Sin pulls the trigger and doesn't even realize he's doing it when he does it. Like, I think he just has the weapon in his hand and instinctively pulls the trigger.
Yeah, I think Gator would pull the trigger first.
You know what? That is my nature, is to pull the trigger and then think about what I did. You're probably not wrong.
Let me revise my answer.
Yeah, what's your revision?
I think it would turn into some sort of bickering argument, and Kingsley would end up pulling the trigger.
Just to end it. Just to end it.
I never said where the gun was pointing to. I think he just would want to be a non-participant in that.
Oh, God, that's even worse. Hey, great question, Crash Dog. Thanks, buddy. All right. Okay, I'll pick one here. Oh, this is a good one. This is from Gru Grux. Good to hear from you, buddy. Good to hear from you, Gru. If you could put something in the vault and it stay there forever, what would it be? If you had like a slot, you could like lock it, not ever going to leave. What's it going to be?
I think he might mean the DCV.
In the vault? No, I think he means the vault, like our weapon vault.
No, because my answer was definitely going to be Gambit.
All right, well, let's put something.
I think that's what he means, because I mean,
I don't know why you'd want to put something in your personal vault forever. That's not very useful.
No, I thought he talking about a weapon that we can never get rid of
and keep it there. I mean, it could be a thing.
All right, well, let's answer both. That way we'll cover our bases. Nullzy, weapon or armor, I guess, in your regular vault, and what would you vault permanently that you don't ever want coming back?
Well, I've answered half of that. The answer is Gambit.
How dare
the sooner we get rid of that Matthew McConaughey cheap impression, just warlord, tyrant, scumbag, no.
Blasphemy.
As far as weapons, are we allowed to take it out, or is it a weapon we never want to see again?
You can use it. No, you can use it, but you would never get rid of it, no matter how sunset it was.
Oh, man. I'm doing it. It's my revoker.
That's a good one. That's a strong answer. Gotta respect that one. I have a lot of kills on revoker. Hazel, what would yours be? Both answers.
Okay. What am I putting in there to stay forever and never coming out? Mm-hmm. Warlocks.
What? That's not an answer. You can't put warlocks in a vault.
Why not?
That is. Yeah. I don't know what you're talking about. That's a dumb answer.
I think it's a pretty solid answer.
What?
Thank you. 2-1.
What are you talking about?
I didn't say it was wrong for being right.
Oh my God, you guys. It's an easy answer for me as far.
Wait, my second one.
Yeah,
the thing I'm going to keep forever.
Yeah, your weapon or armor.
Okay. Assuming. Well, I mean, Bungie's already nerfed it, but I was going to say anarchy.
Yeah. Okay. That sounds like a Hazel answer to me. This is an easy one for me. I'm looking at the 3 I have in here that have been sunset, but I will refuse to get rid of, and that's my Prolium FR3. Rapid fire fusion rifle. I have got so many kills in the Crucible with this weapon, and I have all kinds of roles. I have one with Rampage. I have one with big giant scopes on them. I have Under Pressure. I have a third one that has Tap the Trigger, Firmly Planted. I mean, that's a god roll. Nah,
you can't use those again.
I can use them. I can use them in Crucible.
Oh, man, I'm having Aerentil flashbacks right
now.
I mean, I have one Aerentil. That has backup plan. That's the only one I've kept.
Yeah. I still have my Aerentil too.
I still flat out say you haven't played Destiny PvP unless you've been mapped by an Aerentil.
Oh, I've been mapped. Believe me, Fluffy. I still have. When we played PvP League in the Potato Thumbs podcast Discord, Fluffy owned me with that damn weapon, and I still shake my head. How the hell did he kill me?
Sin put up ridiculous numbers. Or Sin put up McDonald's numbers with the Aerentil.
Really? Jeez.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I'm looking at mine right now. I'm like at 88 range.
It's just crazy, man.
It's nasty.
It might even be viable again if it wasn't sunset with the new fusion meta.
All right. I have a legacy question I'm going to pull from. I know it's your turn, Hazel. I want to make sure I get one legacy question in tonight. It's from Goldenrod. It says Goldenrod. It's Golden God. Question for the show.
I just laughed.
Question for the show. What would be your thoughts if in the Witch Queen everyone turns against us and our only ally is the darkness and they are actually good and the Traveler is evil and was corrupted by Savathun a long time ago, and how would it go? That's a long question, but I'm sure you guys are capable of answering that. Nullzy, what do you think?
I actively do think that the Traveler only acts to benefit itself. That the darkness is kind of that Lucifer role where it's like not inherently evil, it's more just adversary to the powers that be. Savathun's still a dick. Yeah, I think that actually, like, I'm still convinced that is the actual plot. So, like, I have to agree.
Well, I mean, the Traveler did abandon the Fallen, didn't he?
Absolutely, which is why I've always felt. I mean, first of all, Elixni, stop being racist.
Sorry.
Second, yeah, that's exactly it. Like, the Traveler is not a good, benevolent thing, I don't think. Well, or at least not completely. Maybe the darkness is also partially evil. So again, I think that's I got no conflicting theories there. I think that's a very strong possibility.
Hazel, what do you think?
I think that could be the way that we're headed.
I don't believe so. I don't think so. I think they have something else in mind. I don't think they're going to get that cynical. That I don't know. I think the Traveler's still going to be our golden boy.
When the darkness talked to us, what did it say?
What did it say?
At the Black Garden, what did the darkness say to us? I am your salvation.
Yeah, but that could be double talk.
It could be, but Savathun was actively trying to stop the darkness from communicating with us.
She did.
which I think means a lot more than people are giving it credit for.
Or maybe she just didn't want the darkness to spill too much about her. Maybe, I don't know. Or where her powers come from. I don't know.
Or maybe she wanted the darkness for herself.
Could be. That's a reasonable explanation.
Or maybe she genuinely felt that the darkness, in their relationship with the worm gods, were actually malicious, and maybe she is actually trying to act as that's what I'm saying, is this theory has a lot of weight.
Okay, I'll consider it, but I do not think that's the way it's going to go down.
No,
it's going to go down Disney as all hell.
We all know Hazel wants the damn tower to burn, and I don't. I'm thinking more positive.
Gator wants rainbows and sunshine.
I didn't say that. I didn't say unicorns, but I
didn't say unicorns either. I said rainbows and sunshine.
Well, we kind of did that when we took away the dark days, right? In the last season. Anyway, too soon.
Yeah,
okay.
Nights.
All right, Hazel, let's grab another one, man.
Right. Well, I guess we already kind of answered this one from Joker. Question for the show. Considering past events at the current rate, how long until Telesto gains sentient status and could be a potential guest?
I haven't been asked yet. Just for the record, I do have a lot of kills with Telesto.
That is a Microsoft Sam bit waiting to happen.
Well, I guess we kind of answered that, didn't we?
12 hours
ago. Is
ago.
Telesto not one of the sentient weapons?
You asking me?
I don't know. I thought it was. Maybe I'm wrong. I know we have Darcy, a few others.
I've got one from
aren't worm gods.
I've got one from Hades here. I got to ask. He put it in the wrong channel, and I moved it back over here. From Hades, question for the show: if you could slap one NPC, who and why? Zavala is up there because he's annoying me this year, but Raul wins. You nailed it. His voice and the "shall we make a barter like mother? I've saved your life more than I can count. Do your GD job." Damn.
Oh, well, I mean, Rahul says it all. A good Cryptarch is known by his work, not by his name, and we all know his name, so take what you will from that.
Is that your answer, Hazel?
No. I'm going back and forth between maybe Shahan.
What did Shahan do?
I don't know. He just doesn't do anything.
So you want to hit him?
Maybe.
That's rude.
Yeah, I'm thinking either. I keep going back and forth between him and Eris.
Why?
Yeah. Where the fuck has she been this time? All this time. She's just still on the moon, just camping out.
First of all, I don't think slapping Eris is a very wise move.
I don't think so either.
Because I'm pretty sure that's a raid boss waiting to happen. What did she do? I mean, she's kind of weird, but she's always been benevolent.
Bird Lady's got to get slapped.
That's fair.
I'm tired of her asking if our clan's going to run a raid this week. I'm tired of her asking me.
They paid that voice actor $300 and have just been milking that for the last
Exactly.
Well, I'm surprised
she's such an important character at the beginning too.
Yeah.
Well, actually, nobody knows that anymore.
Yeah, Jesus.
I'm surprised nobody said Tess about, I
gave
her a thumbs up. If I hear that fucking line one more time.
Yeah, that's annoying. Especially when you're just looking through the
Drifter
store.
Too.
What?
Yeah,
No.
Hive, bring a sword.
You want it ready to bust Knuckles?
No, bang Knuckles.
Bang Knuckles. That's our favorite saying on Wednesday night. If we hear him say that, we all just dance.
Yeah. Well, I feel bad for whoever Knuckles is.
Maybe Knuckles likes it. Don't judge. We don't kink shame here on the Going Downcast.
That's true.
All right. I want to keep moving here. I want to get a lot of questions in. Hazel's coming another one.
Well, I mean, it is kind of late. It's a question from Red Grackle. Okay. I used to be in a regular D&D group, and one of my friends played as a halfling. Before every potential combat encounter, she would immediately find a place to hide, and her first attack always began with her shouting, "Sneak attack, motherfucker!" In the style of, actually, I read that wrong. In the style of Leroy Jenkins.
Right.
I hear her in my mind every time I jump out behind a corner and to cast Squall and Silence, or Silence and Squall. So, what would yours be?
Well, are we like, what's our battle cry?
Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. That was actually Red Grackle's comment to that, but it's actually from Ronin Red Lion. A witty action movie style catchphrase before popping a super, and specify the super.
Ooh, because I actually do this, and if you've ever played with me, I absolutely do this. But it's just always different. I'll let you guys start.
I'm trying to think of who
let me compose my thoughts, because like I'm trying to think of things I've actually said while using my super.
So okay, so I'll be honest. When I read this question, I went through each class, each of the 4 subclasses, and tried to come up with something original to say for each one.
You did research? Nice.
I did. You know, leave it to me to not read a fucking twab. But you know, with this, I put in effort.
Okay.
And the only thing I could come up with was, well, one of the best ones was using an arc subclass and going like, here comes something shocking.
No.
Why do I feel like that's like something like a Borderlands NPC would say, like a mini boss before it like throws like some sort of electro grenade?
Sounds like something the Riddler would say in Batman.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah. All right. You think of something, Nullzy?
I really don't do battle cries as much as I tend to just supply my own sound effects.
I have my own too. Everyone knows mine. What's yours? Oh, let's hear it.
Oh, it just depends on whatever I'm doing. Yeah. I will just make ridiculous, like, comic book-esque onomatopoeic.
I got you.
Yeah, just like nonsense. A lot of pews, a lot of patangs, a lot of patangs. Actually, basically, whenever I use the 6-shot golden gun, it's almost always a ricochet patang on every shot, just regardless of who I'm playing with.
For me, it's always the Nova Bomb, and everyone always asks, what is that purple orb going past the boss? So what I always say when I let go of my Nova Bomb is, oh shit, no! Because I always miss.
I swear this usually doesn't happen.
Yeah, it's like, and Ninja Muffin knows me all too well, so he goes, oh, there's Gator, he threw his Nova Bomb. Floating above us.
Fair, Kingsley's done that a fair few times too.
It's Nova.
He's also a fan of the Nova Bomb.
I love the Nova Bomb, and we're both Void Walkers. We love the Void.
Yeah, it's almost like there's a useful spec you could be using in a raid instead. Anyways,
all right, I do realize it is getting late, so let's pick one each.
Only other one, real quick, that I wanted to say was with Revenant Hunter.
Okay,
I was thinking
the tornado.
Yeah, I was thinking of like Arnold Schwarzenegger from that one Batman. I think of Batman Forever or Batman and Robin. One of those.
I know what you're gonna say.
Go like, stay cool.
Oh, you know what? I do have one. So Arc Strider. Whenever I'm in PvP and kind of going on a rampage with the super, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Happy Feet meme from the Wombo Combo Happy Feet meme from Smash Bros. There's like some collegiate tournament. But I will often go Happy Feet and or Wombo Combo repeatedly into the mic as I'm just mowing people down.
Jeez.
That's awesome.
I have to ask this one from Easy, man. It's a great one. It kind of probably explains what was going on his last weekend. Question for the show scenario. I'm at a camp out with my son and some friends. One of the parents and the kids show up late and set up their tent next to mine. No big deal. Bedtime comes around and this mother effer is snoring and hacking a lung all night. Yes, it's 2 a.m. and I move my tent across the campsite. So any pet peeves that will keep you from sleeping? Pet peeves that keep you from sleeping. Nullzy, Hazel?
Like, literally?
I guess that's what he's asking. Anything that keeps you from any pet peeves?
I tend to have white noise to avoid those things. Like I always have a fan on or something.
Yeah, makes sense.
Oh, my cat opening my bedroom door, going in and out, back and forth. That's that's the winner.
I just thought of mine. Hazel, you got one?
Yeah, I do have one. Yeah. Mine is the inevitable every Wednesday night. My wife's been waking up at like 12:30 and like coming up with some like life crisis situation. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So, yeah.
Oh, man.
That's my pet peeve.
Mine is I have two beautiful dogs. One's quite old. The other one's a little lively. She's a little younger. And we have wood floors in our bedroom, next, under beds on top of it with an area rug. And in the morning when she wants us to get up, she will tap her nails, tap, 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 tap on the wood floor. And it drives my wife insane, and it wakes my ass up. And it's hard to wake me up. I really sleep deeply. So, yeah, that's mine. Jeez, I'm just irritated thinking about it. All right, Hazel, I'm giving you the honor, man. You take us out tonight. Pick our last question of the night.
Okay. Well, it helps that everything is pinned.
Yeah, isn't that nice?
It is, actually. Let's see here. I'll go with this one.
Okay.
So, this is from AJ, a little bit, 5150. Exotic drops. How often does an exotic drop for you? Seems to me like the exotic drops have gone way down compared to a few seasons past.
Nullzy, how often are you getting exotic drops?
Like engrams, like world drops?
Yeah, like old school. Yeah.
Or I guess what used to be engrams.
Like roll over it and find out what you get.
If I'm like actively playing a lot, I'll probably get like 2 or 3 a week just from activities.
Really?
Like you'll just see the little yellow pop up. Yeah, I tend to pull like astral alignment and stuff like that.
And it makes that badass noise too, like cha-ching.
Yeah. I never get anything good.
Well, because we have
just upgrading another version I have of it.
Well, we have everything. That's the problem. We have all the exotics.
I don't for the other classes. I just don't care enough to get them for the other classes.
Okay, fair enough.
I'll say like 2. I'd say 2 a week would be median to slightly high. At least 1 a week, I would say.
Let's see. I usually get mine when I kill a boss in like a public area, or when I'm playing Gambit. So I would say 1 a week for me. It's very infrequent. It's definitely less frequent than it used to be in Destiny 1. I miss it.
Or in vanilla D2 as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, when I got my sunshot out in the open world, it was amazing.
They used to drop all the
lunch.
time. Vanilla D2, they dropped all the time, it seemed.
Yep.
Well, because you had the engrams.
Right. Yeah. What about you, Hazel?
For me, I'd say easily like once or twice a week.
Yeah, it's about what it is for me. About once.
That seems what's working as intended. That's a fair rate, all things considered.
Well, didn't people complain that they wanted it to be a special moment when one finally did drop? So I guess they got their wish.
And you got Zerv for the rest of them, or your season pass, or
And it's still special though. That's the thing. Like,
it is.
Here it is. I mean, I have every fucking exotic in the game except for like a couple of the raid ones.
I don't know, man. I just got Stompies with 32 resilience. I mean, not everything is.
But, right. But the thing is, though, is that, I mean, I still, even though I have, like, I'm just looking at my exotics right now just to see. And, I mean, I know that those aren't going to drop for me. I know I'm not going to get 1K voices from something.
Boy, that would be great for some people.
But, I mean, I still, like, get that feeling where I'm like,
I do too. I won't even see it half the time. I'll just hear it, and then I'm on a hunt. All right, we're near the boss. Where is this thing? And sometimes I'll run over it, and not even know I run over it, and boom, there it is. It's a cool feeling. I definitely miss it. Like I said, yeah. Well, hey everyone. If we didn't get to your question, I'm sure we didn't get to some of them here. Don't worry, they're pinned. Yeah, they're pinned, nice and neat for next week's show. Or a feature show. So thank you for sending those in, and don't stop. Keep sending us in questions. When something pops up in your head and you want to ask us it, or you want to hear your question on air, send it to us and we will read it on our show. And don't forget those speak pipes. We love the speak pipes. I want to see more people doing the speak pipes. Come on, guys. Let's rally up here. It's almost year end. Let's get some more speak pipes in. We want everyone to hear your beautiful voice. So let's do it. Hey, before we move on to our next segment, we have 2 announcements. We are going to have another clan cast, and it is going to be Friday, December 3rd. Put it in your calendars, clanmates. If you want to be in the clan cast, it is so much fun. I look forward to these at least every 6 months. Please.
No, every season now.
Well, every season, which
alert,
it's 6 months. It's going to be 6 months on this one. Anyway, yeah. But if you want,
we may do another one because
we may. You might be right. But Friday, December 3rd, that Friday, we are going to have another clan cast. Unfortunately, it's just 2 Guardian Downcast clanmates that can participate in this. And if you do want to join us, you need to DM myself, Gator, or Hazel, and let us know yes or no you want to be in. It's probably going to be starting, around 9:30, 10 o'clock, because we have a lot of people on the West Coast and the East Coast. So we're trying to balance it where it's after dinner for most people. So probably be about 10 p.m. Eastern is probably when we're going to have it. So just want to mention that. And Hazel, I think you had some small thing you wanted to mention.
Yeah. Well, before I do that though, with the Clancast, you can also show up maybe an hour later, something like that. And then, just chime in and that kind of thing, just to say hi and, go from there. Sure. So you don't have to hang out the entire time, because we had that last time where some people were like, hey,
we rotated people in and out because we had a lot of people last time and we wanted to make sure everyone had their say and was able to talk. And
yep, exactly. So you're not signing your life away for a night or something like that.
No 2-hour contract. No. You can,
nope.
You can bounce whenever you like.
Yep. So, the other thing is that, I was getting harassed by a couple people. You know who you are. And I just was like, you know what? I'm going to pull a Gator and I'm just going to, fucking do this. And I'm going to run with it and we're going to see where it goes from there.
You know me all too well, don't you?
Yeah, a little bit, So, what I did was I was like, you know what? I'm going to set up some fucking scrims.
Yeah.
So I went ahead and, I messaged Ascendant Nomads team and was like, hey, I see you guys do scrims, can we borrow your, documentation and things like this? And they were like, of course, you're always free to. I was like, I'm going to give all the credit to him. So, I just wanted to, definitely give Ascendant Nomad credit. Thank you so much for letting us do this.
That's a great Discord, by the way. Great Discord.
Yes, it is. It is. So, so we're going to run scrims coming up here, and
I think we have 2 nights booked for this.
Yeah,
week
we have 2 nights, one of them Monday and one of them Wednesday. So, what a scrim is, basically, for anybody who's unaware, is basically it's a chance for you to get to know certain maps and a chance to basically try new guns and pretty much just try whatever you want. It's semi-competitive, so that way you can go ahead and you can, like myself, what I'm looking for in this, because I've been messaging some people back and forth, because we've been getting a lot of response for this, and my heart is overwhelmed at the the response to this. So, yes, so I'm going to be basically like the head of one team. Gator's going to be on the other team, because Gator wants to shoot me and I want to shoot Gator.
Yeah, you do.
So there we go. I'm going to shoot him with a Vex.
And make sure whoever does join our scrims, make sure you give that good old, teabag to Hazel when you kill him.
Hey.
No.
Teabagging. No teabagging. Don't listen to him.
All right, fine.
But,
that means they're going to teabag me though.
Maybe. It's all in good fun.
Yes.
It's, it's basically just to get better, to practice our aim. Because, I want to go flawless someday. Don't you?
Yeah. It's a good way to practice. It's a private match. It's not going to kill your stats, your Bungie stats. It's all private match. So, your stats don't count toward your real game playing. So it's just literally fun. Bring the community together. And I want to just thank Hazel for doing this. I've been talking about it forever. I guess I'm good at talking. And I'm running 2 podcasts. I'm doing a lot of editing. My weeks are really kind of crazy, and I'm really happy that Hazel grabbed this by the horns and ran with it. So we're going to, like I said, we're going to try it out, right? We're going to try it out this week, see how it goes. And I think I think there's some rule sets in place. So make sure you read that and
some early ones. Yes.
And now, just keep in mind, they're not in concrete. We might do some tweaking.
Exactly. We will do some tweaking. I'll tell you that right now, because I'm already thinking about saying no adept or no time lost weapons, things like that, just to, level the playing field some. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so, I mean, that's just something that I'm thinking of personally. But yeah.
I mean, I'm thinking, I mean, probably shouldn't be saying this, but I'm going to say it anyway. We were kind of thinking at the end of the season before Witch Queen to maybe have a tournament. If the scrims go well and everyone's gelling good and gelling good vocabulary there. Everyone's gelling, everyone's working together and learning. And maybe at the end of the season, we'll have just a little fun tournament, maybe a small prize or something or recognition. I don't know. Maybe a special badge in our Discord or something. I don't know.
Of course. Yeah. I mean, definitely something. Because I mean, hey, or I mean, your prize could be going flawless.
Yeah. Right.
Because, I mean, the other side of this is that we could go ahead and get a team together and, you could gel with that team. And then you could be like, hey, you know what? Let's kind of set this up and let's try and go flawless.
And keep in mind, we're going to set the teams up. We're going to try to balance it the best we can. But keep in mind, it's fun. It's fun, competitive. It's not, there won't be anything tolerated for any trash talk or any of that stuff. I mean, I'm being serious here. No teabagging, stuff like that. It's just as between community members.
Unless it's Hazel.
I might look the other way. I'll say this.
Way. Okay. The only teabagging that's acceptable is to Hazel and Gator.
Fine.
All right.
I'll abide by that. Fine.
No other teabagging to anybody else.
You hear that, Rye? Okay. Teabag Hazel. Teabag Hazel. Okay.
Well, that's funny because Rye's going to be on my team.
No.
Best version of a dunk tank.
I'll have Xanafan on my team too, just for you. All right. That is all we have.
All right. We just want to mention that before we move on. And now we're going to move on. Thanks, guys. All right. That leaves us to Mr. Fudd.
Guardian Downcast. Guardian Downcast. Yeah. Guardian Downcast. This is an intro. Guardian Downcast. Guardian. Not copyright. Guardian Downcast.
Thank you, Mr. Fudd. This is the final segment of our show. This is where we like to pick our songs for our award-winning Guardian Downcast show playlist. Just a little sample of what all of us here like to listen to. And we invite you to follow along and listen to it as well. Just search for Guardian Downcast show playlist on Spotify. And we also have the link in our show notes for iTunes for all you out there who have Apple Music. And let's see, we have 836 songs in this playlist. Almost 60 hours. Really close. Let's start with you, Nullzy. What'd you pick tonight, man, and why'd you pick it?
For tonight, I picked two songs to celebrate the release of a movie I've been anticipating for a very long time, being Dune. I've picked the more obvious on-the-nose one of Desert Rose by Sting, who was in the original movie.
Great song.
It's also a song about a desert. I'm sure there was some amount of inspiration because it came out, I don't know, 6 years later. And the other one is actually a song explicitly about Dune off of one of my favorite albums, a song called To Tame a Land by Iron Maiden. It's actually about the books.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, 83.
Wow. Okay.
Off of Peace of Mind.
Uncle Scumdeath will be happy about that one. Okay, Hazel, what do you get this? What'd you pick this week, man?
All right. So, my first pick is actually I kind of changed this at the last minute. So my first pick is Smoothie King by Bowling for Soup.
Okay, I like that group.
Fine choice.
Yeah. I was like, you know what? This isn't on our playlist, so I need to add that. So let me go ahead. I'll throw that to you. And then my second pick is something from Rye for Short, actually. So he was saying that he's been listening to like hip hop from the UK and rap music from the UK.
Mm-hmm.
So
real good choice.
So I went ahead and I was like, okay, well, hey, can you send me some like that you listen to and that? And he did, Mr. Monkey did, and a couple other people. And I'm like, okay, great. So I've been listening to like UK hip hop and rap for pretty much like the past 2 weeks now. It's been good stuff. So this one is called, I was trying to get the order right. I wasn't sure if it was Bat or Brick or Brick or Bat. And it's Brick or Bat.
Wow, representing UK tonight. Nice.
Yeah. So,
all right. I went old school this week, guys. These songs we need in our playlist. And once I realized they're not there, I had to act. This is an American rock band formed in Topeka, Kansas. Hint, hint. 1973. They're actively touring still today. They've produced 16 albums to date. The song is actually a Bible reference from Ecclesiastes. And it quotes, "I reflected on everything that is accomplished by man on earth. And I concluded everything he has accomplished is futile, like chasing the wind." My song is Dust in the Wind from 1977. The band is Kansas. My second pick, I added multiple songs from this band, but this one is a live version. I know we talked a few shows ago about live versions, and this is one of the live versions I think is better than the original. And whenever I want to chill out, this is kind of a song I like to listen to. They formed in Seattle in 1987. Was part of the grunge music scene back in the day. They still tour today, by the way. My song choice was performed live at the Majestic Theater in Brooklyn, New York in 1996. The song's called Nutshell. The band's called Alice in Chains. Hey everyone, if you like what you're listening to, do us a huge favor. Spread the word out there. Hit that share button on your podcast app of choice. You know, we really don't promote our podcast mainly because we rely on you, our listeners, to spread the word. That's the only way we grow. So if you have, some people who are coming back to Destiny or people who are just finding out about Destiny, the game, hey, send them our way. Say, hey, this is might be a podcast you might want to listen to. It's kind of a fun way of talking about the latest news in the TWAB, and hopefully we entertain you as well. So we appreciate everything you guys do out there, whether it's in our Discord, sending us our SpeakPipe messages, or even replying to us on our Twitter account and our emails. We love you guys, and thank you for everything you do. You can find us on whatever podcast catcher you use, or you can listen to it directly from our website, guardiandowncast.com, where you can choose any episode you want in any order you like. It's all right there on our podcast episode webpage. You can also email us at guardiandowncast@gmail.com, and we're on Twitter at @guardian_D_cast for your show questions or whatever you guys want to talk to us about. Or like I said, just visit guardiandowncast.com for all the details and all of our contact information. Wherever you want to reach us, it's all right there on our page. We have a bunch of great gamers in our Discord as well, varying from state to state, country to country, young and old. I mean, it's a great bunch of gamers that love this game, and we love talking with you guys. So please join our Discord. It's a really fun place to hang out, and it's not just about gaming. There's channels in there talking about all kinds of other things. So I'll post an invite link, so to speak, that you can click and immediately join up on our Discord. We're on Instagram. Just search for Guardian_Down_cast. And, we try to start adding things to our show that are relating to our guests that we have every week. So look in there. There's always something new coming into our channel there. So look for that, and you might be surprised at what you see. Well, that's a wrap, guys. Another episode in our collection. For our listeners out there, we have 118 other episodes out there with interviews from gamers all over our community. So take a look at those, especially if you're just finding out about our little podcast here. Nullzy, dude, it's a long one tonight. We appreciate you hanging in there.
It's a good morning, sir.
Exactly. For me too. And Hazel. Thank you for coming on, dude. Man, you were, you had a lot to say tonight, and I've loved that you came on the show tonight, man. It was a great show. Thank you.
I am not known for being mum.
That's good. We like guests that talk. That's a plus.
No, it's a pleasure as always, man.
Yeah, man, definitely.
Super fun.
Well, this will be the time where you can tell people where they can find you on the interwebs.
I am at Nullzy most places, most gaming platforms. That is a series of numbers after it now. If you can find me somewhere else, I will give you those. And it's at Nullzy Plays on Twitch, and I think at Nullzy on Twitter.
Very cool. Very cool. Nice. Hazel, where can people find you, sir?
I can be found Hazel NT anywhere and everywhere.
You can contact me via the Twitter at Todd the Gator. Remember, that's GATR. You can also find me on Steam and PS5 as Gator, all caps GATR. Don't forget those underscores. I'm also on YouTube as either Gator, GATR, or Gator-Guardian Downcast if you want to enter in the hyperlink there. We also post our episodes every week in that as well. And I just want to reiterate, I will be raiding with Mr. Uncle Scumdeath tomorrow, Saturday. And I am going to live stream it on YouTube. And I'm sure you won't know that because this will come out after that. But watch the replay. I'm curious how Uncle Scumdeath's going to do tomorrow. He has been preparing. He's been following my solid advice to get bounties done to unlock that season pass bar. Hazel's throwing up a little in his mouth.
Yeah, that poor guy. He wasted so much time.
No, he was very efficient with his time. I disagree. So please tune into that and watch the replay if you want to see how things went. And I have Mr. Helios is going to help me Sherpa that one. So thank you, sir, in advance. And of course, speaking
Scumdeath is actually on right now.
Is he really? The man is obsessed. He's ready to raid tomorrow, and it's not for 14 more hours. Uncle Scumdeath, go to bed, get some sleep, buddy. Speaking of which, we cannot leave the show without our beloved uncle from across the pond, and you guys are going to love this one. It's Scumdeath's Corner.
Hello, welcome to Scumdeath's Corner. I work for Plymouth City Council, and they took us out last week, took us away from their jobs, and we went out chemical spraying weeds around the streets, along the curb edges and in pavements and stuff. People don't like weed spraying, but they sent us out doing the job anyway. That was last week. So Monday this week, my boss said, we've done a massive purge on it. We're going to put a little press statement out to the public to say what we've done. Can you get all your spraying gear on and the backpack, all the chemical in and the lances, and go and take a couple of photos? I was like, yeah, right, yeah, I'll do that. So it wasn't a couple of photos. Plymouth City Council they were filming us. And they said it's going to be called The War on Weeds. So I thought it was photographs. It wasn't. The geezer who was filming it wanted to make it look like the trailer to an action movie. He said there's going to be powerful music over it. So what came out was really bad and embarrassing, and I play a prime role in it. So I'm just telling you now that on the Monday after you listen to this, when the podcast is released, I will release the video. I will put it to everybody, and I'll put it in the general chat. I think you all need to see this. I can't believe my boss said it was a photo shoot. But I said, you stitched me up. And he's like, well, if I said they were filming you, would you have done it? And I said, would I fuck? He's like, there you go then. So yeah, stitched up by the bosses, but it should give you a lot of good laugh on Monday. So love you and leave you. And let me know what you think, peeps. Shit.
Oh my god!
I cannot wait to watch this video.
That's glorious.
I'm in the business, so I can relate to what he's doing because I have to use backpack treatment systems and pressurized, sprayers and stuff to kill weeds. And we had a little talk about this. It's a pet peeve of mine. I don't like using herbicides, but man, that's a great story, and I cannot wait to see this video. So tune in, everybody. General chat in our Discord. He'll post the video after the show comes out. So thank you, Uncle Scumdeath. We appreciate you, buddy. Can't wait till tomorrow. Can't wait till tomorrow. It's going to be so much fun. Hey, everyone. Continue to be safe out there. And more importantly, hey, take care of one another.
Guardians are measured by their ability to come back from defeat. So stand. Fight!
Thank you all so very much for listening. And later, Guardian.
Get toddled.
Bye.
How sneaky AT&T is. That's who I have. I'll try to go online and they'll say, hey, you want to increase your plan? I'm like, no, I want to decrease my plan. There's no fucking button to decrease your plan. Did you know that? At least on AT&T.
Oh, yeah.
No. And I tried calling them, and I call and I get into a damn black hole of on holds.
It's the same scam as Sirius. Like Sirius, you can sign up online, but you can't cancel unless you call them. It's like it's harder than canceling cable.
You know how I canceled Sirius, Nullzy? I sold both my fucking cars. They asked me they had to disconnect them.
That is way more drastic, but I kind of did it the quick and easy way. I just went to the bank. I'm like, I lost my debit card. I need a new one. They literally printed a new one for me, and the other one was then void.
Oh, I tried
that. Just kept trying to charge it, and they did it like 3 times. Like, yeah, your card's not working. I'm like, oh, that's unfortunate. They're like, can we have your new number? I'm like, nope.
I tried that, dude. I tried that. I don't know how they did it, but they followed my new card number somehow.
Yeah, they can do that.
Illegal.
It is.
Yeah, Hazel knows about it.
Non-government entity for that?
Yeah. They followed my ass. I was like, you got to be shitting me.
I mean, I didn't owe anything. It's just they didn't renew for the next 6-month period.
Dude, I tried. I called Sirius, and I called, and I talked with this lady, and she ground my ass down. She's like, well, hold on 1 second. We're gonna adjust that right now. She goes,
that's a perfect example of why the English language sucks. I heard everything that just went on in your head right there.
And she goes, well, and while I got you here, and then she pulls over to her script. I'm like, fuck me.
See, I used to do that. I loved it. I mean, I loved doing I was a cold call telemarketer, and I loved it because I made more money there than I do now.
Of course.
Oh, dude, when I worked for Sears, selling Sears credit cards was how you made bank, especially in my departments because you got them into bigger stuff. But they were like 28%. Like just insane rates,
Sears, fucking man. Predatory.
It is.
Oh, it is. And they were mandatory. Like you would have gotten performance write-ups if you didn't get them. It was a metric.
Well,
that's why there was so much pressure. That and protection agreements, which I still think that I think it's Ralphie May.
I kid you not, I spent 1 whole hour on the phone with this lady to cancel my Sirius. And she says, okay. She finally gave up. She says, okay, 1 second, please hold. Fucking click. She disconnected me from the damn call.
I think they have like a percentage of retention, and if they don't hit that, like there can be a performance.
I was furious, man. I was so furious. But what did I do? I just sold my day. I just, you know what? I'm just going to enjoy the series for now. And they know most people don't want to go through that bullshit again. And we just sold our cars just in the last 6 months, and they have been sending me so much stuff. Oh, hey, buddy. How about you got Sirius in your Toyota? Let's get that activated. It's over. You know, your free trial's over now. And they're sending me, oh, we'll give you 3 months free. Oh, we'll give it to you for this price. I'm like, pass.
3 months free for what though? Like you barely ever get good service at good reception anymore. Like Spotify with like a good provider.
Dude, the problem with Sirius is no one listens to radio anymore. They can just stream anything they want whenever they want.
The reason why I paid for Sirius now has a podcast, so I don't bother anymore.
Exactly.
Like Jason Ellis has a podcast now, so I just roll with that. He has one with Tony Hawk too, which is pretty sweet.
No, they have some good radio shows. They do, but they turn them into podcasts because that's the thing now is podcasting. So, I mean, I'm watching Foundation on Apple TV. They have a damn full professional podcast going deeper diving into Foundation and how they transferred the Isaac's novels into the show and stuff. I'm like, this is crazy. I watched The Problem on Apple TV with Jon Stewart, and man, talk about a great show. And they have a podcast that's even better than the damn show. So why do I need Sirius again?
Yeah, it's really hard to justify. Like, what is it? $30 a month or something stupid.
I was paying $22 a month for 2 vehicles, $44 a month. I get Spotify Premium for $15 a month for 2 people.
And this is like, I'm coming from the perspective of a musician who has a Spotify, like a monetized Spotify account.
Yeah.
And like, I understand that there's no money from Spotify. I get that, but there's no money in records anymore either.
Yeah.
All money for music comes through live performances and selling concert tickets and merch. Touring.
Yeah, because guess what? If you're following one of your favorite bands, they'll send you a private message. Hey, it's Spoon. We're going to be in concert in Jacksonville this spring. Let's get some tickets, buddy. I'm like, I'll just listen to it on Spotify.
Well, so it's inverted. So you used to tour to promote your album.
Yes.
And now with the way it's set up, you put out an album to promote your tour.
It's all about selling tickets.
It really is, which is honestly, I don't hate as a model.
No.
But, so like, I get it that people like don't like Spotify because the artists don't get paid. But again, it's really not. And it's also honestly free advertising, especially with like the curated playlists. And if you can get on one of those curated playlists, like you're going to explode. So there's definitively like I hate to say like the giant quote fingers exposure bucks, which if you haven't worked in entertainment for money, it doesn't hit quite so hard. But if you have, you know exactly what it means. Where it's like, oh yeah, no, you're gonna get a lot of eyes on you. This and that. I'm like, yeah, but how much are you paying me?
Right.
Oh, it's gonna be a lot of good exposure. And I'm like, I can't fill my car with exposure. I just spent $85 in gas driving 6 hours to get here. Yeah. What are we gonna do about this? Mind you, real situation sad to me. I played a show in Philadelphia and got paid $20.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
gas is what? Almost $3 a gallon now for regular. It's crazy.
Oh, I mean, yeah, this was 2019, but still, yeah, it was just like
it was still high back then.
We almost had a conversation in an alleyway type of thing. Like
musicians are they're so underpaid.
But so the Spotify, I don't mind. Spend the $15, spend the $10. It's like what, 15 for a family plan,
right? Yeah,
like do it.
Wait a minute. Yeah, you mean the Sandman that was out at the movie theater?
What? No.
What? Okay, never mind.
Sandman, Neil Gaiman. Dream.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I thought you were talking about
the living embodiment of all dreams and futures of mankind. No. Also an aspect of death.
No, we're talking about two different things. I was talking about the horror.
We probably are.
Sandman. Yes. What the hell are you talking about? Sandman?
It's the one that jeez.
I know there's some listener out there who's going like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Gary? No, he's screaming. So it's the one by what's his name?
Well, that's a different listener. Yes. I'm talking about the other one.
that one. Okay.
Oh, you mean the one Dave wrote? Okay.
My bad. No, you know what I'm talking about. Sandman was at the theaters. I talked about it several shows ago.
Why do I feel like it's about baseball or something like that?
No. It's about the Sandman who actually comes into your dreams and kills you. And you say his. I think you say his. You get to say it 5 times.
Candyman. You're talking about
Candyman. Holy shit, I'm editing all this bullshit
Which is not in your dreams.
I'm editing all this bullshit. I'm editing all this.
Comes back.
This is all getting cut.
God.
This is all getting cut. Cut.
I'm dying inside.
Okay, all right.
I'm all about, swinging dicks. So, let's do it.